Testing 4 feet. No, 4. We'll go with 4, 5, 3, 2, 8. Can you guys hear me? 4, 5, 3, 2, 8. I'll be checking the chat. Second testing. This works, right, man? 12867. Put that in the chat.
Hi, this is Lord Sovereign from the Iron Lord podcast. As you guys may recall, a few months back, King David OTW announced an amazing giveaway for the Xbox Series X. Well, I'm proud to announce that the Iron Lords podcast will once again be giving away another console at the end of this year. And that console will be a PlayStation 5. You heard correctly. So, how do you get in on this amazing giveaway? Let me explain. If you're already a member of the realm, you're good to go. If you support us either on Patreon or YouTube, you already have a ballot to win this amazing console. And if you support us on both platforms, you have 2 ballots to win this amazing console, as you also have 2 ballots to win an Xbox Series X. So, if you're not a member of the realm, what are you waiting for? Head on over to patreon.com, go to the Iron Lords podcast Patreon page, become a member of the realm to get your chance to win a PlayStation 5. You can also join us on YouTube/Iron Lords podcast. Become a member of the realm, and you will also have a ballot to win a PlayStation 5 console. And if you want to support us on both platforms, you'll have 2 ballots for each system to win either a PlayStation 5 console or, of course, as King David said, an Xbox Series X. This is an amazing opportunity that the Iron Lords podcast are so happy to bring to our community because you guys give so much back to us. So again, if you're not a member of the realm yet, what are you waiting for? Go out, join the realm on either Patreon or YouTube. And until next time, I'll see you at the round table.
So you're unmuted. You're live. Stop talking, boy.
Oh no.
Oh no.
You're in the bushes.
He said, yo, they're showing you Pornhub stream.
Oh,
There we go.
No, get this off the screen.
Mm-hmm.
So, Addict, are we live, sir? All right. Welcome to episode 179 of the Iron Lords podcast. I am your host, yet again, Lord Sovereign.
Say that in disdain.
Not at all, sir. Much obliged. Thank you very much. And it's another beautiful Sunday here on the Lord's Day. We have a lot of stuff to talk about, ladies and gentlemen. And we have the 4 horsemen of gaming in the building. All 4 horsemen today, but
Cuatro.
Exactly. So, you know, the boss.
Yo, you should say it in Spanish. Yo. Sovereign, break that down for dudes. You should be doing your intros in Spanish. You know what?
Let me say it now. Let me say it.
Do it in Spanish.
Let's take it all back. Let's bring it all back.
Do the hip hop junkies.
That's right. Yeah, you know, because when Kart do it, he do it in English.
They go funky style.
We round with a funky style. We got a fucking round with a funky style. Let's get it, Sal.
Good, so
let's go.
Introduciendo introduciendo los cuatro caballeros del Iron Lords podcast.
Baby, here we go.
That's fire. Let's go. Let's keep it going. Let's keep it going.
We definitely sound like an infomercial now.
Let's keep it
Yo, but I'm
going.
gonna tell you right now, he got that flavor, baby. Put that sazon on that, baby.
Yeah, los 400.
Los cuatro jinetes del apocalipsis.
Oh.
Let's get it.
Yo, listen, my Spanish is decent. It's not perfect. So I know some people are gonna, correct me. So that's fine.
Oh, we gotta remember the mirror.
First off, let's go. We got Gerald Mack. Welcome, Gerald Mack, to the realm. Put them crests in the chat, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, sir. Then we got Smitty Smith off the back with the $5 super chat. Salute, good people, and welcome back, my warlock brother, Lord Kart.
Oh, my man. Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
I already know.
No doubt. So let's get into these intros with the four horsemen of gaming. First up, we have the young wolf of the ILP, the difficult game conqueror, and the co-host of the Iron Lord podcast, Lord Addict. What's going on, brother?
I'm tired. Let's go.
Addict has been having some technical difficulties today.
Someone saying what a car goes through in the morning. You deal with that stress.
No, it's not the stress, man. I just didn't have much sleep last night.
I know.
No doubt. So we have returning to the realm today. Well, you know what? Let me go to King first. We have the Incredible Hulk of the ILP, the King of Statues, beloved Lord King. What's going on, my brother?
Yo, I'm fantastic. Yo, hold on 1 second. Turn the beat.
What we got?
Around. Let me see that She-Hulk.
Let's go.
She out here, baby.
Bananas.
Look at the hips on that woman there, baby. She got a full head of hair. Hello.
Yeah.
I'm about all of that. Damn.
Yeah. I'm excited. They cast She-Hulk for the Disney Plus series. So
Yes.
it's moving forward. I just love that they're touching on all these characters that not a chance in hell that we're gonna get a movie for themselves. And
You know what I do love? I love that the fact that Keanu Reeves has become every hero inside the Marvel universe. He's going to be the Silver Surfer. No, I heard he's going to be Moon Knight.
He's going to be Moon Knight.
The new Wolverine. He's going to be the new Ghost Rider. What did you say? Keanu Reeves is everybody.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy.
Every man.
It'd be crazy. He come and he be Neo.
So what's up, man? What you been playing this week? I know there's something. I know a prediction you made earlier in the year came true, sir.
Shout out to my man Dealer Gaming. How you doing, boy? I told you I will not buy that game until it hit Game Pass. You know what Phil said? Give that man a lockout. Put that game inside Game Pass now.
No doubt.
Doom Eternal. October 1st was crazy.
So tell me, what did you think? Because I know what I thought when I threw that game on. What did you think?
Yo. It's everything that everybody was talking about.
Ain't it though?
The frame rates. I was like, oh, they brought these dudes. Oh my God. Yo, and now I see the hype where people was talking about, yo, if they could do a Halo mixed with Doom collabo, that'd be crazy. Yo, it definitely would be crazy. It definitely would. Oh man. I'm just thinking about the id tech.
Mm-hmm.
And the things that they can do.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be so interesting, like the cross-pollination of all of these, because it's going to happen at some point. Like at some point, something's going to go down. Some team you don't expect to take over a franchise is going to do it. Maybe not even just permanently, but side stories, whatever. We're going to see a lot of that stuff. So
yeah.
It's just too much talent.
Yeah, so much talent. There's so much stories that they can tell. I'm really excited. Because I pre-installed Gears Tactics, and I'm really excited to play that on my Series X.
Okay.
And all the new information that I was hearing about how you're able to do certain things with the Series X, like before you buy, you can install a game. So I was like, I'm excited about that. But my Game Pass stuff this week, Neon the Best has captured my soul. I'm locked in an eternal struggle with this game, and I almost got everything unlocked in it. I really, really love that game. It's a really great game.
Okay.
So it's been that and Destiny and Doom.
Okay, no doubt. Then we have returning to the realm. Well, he was back. He's been back. but back on the East Coast, the boss, Lord Cognito. What's going on, brother?
What's going
Welcome
on?
back,
What's
sir.
going on? Morning, gentlemen. Morning.
Hey, good morning. You gotta say that with more vibe.
Good morning.
Yeah, you got us here. You got us at this time.
You got us here.
Yeah, you and your football. Because I got a fantasy league.
Someone's not pleased.
No, someone isn't.
It's all good, man. Yo, first off, yeah, salute. It's been good to actually come back in the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? To get back in the East Coast and all that stuff. But first, before all the game stuff, I just want to thank y'all, my brothers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know I've been going through it. Mama Cognito has been going through it, but she's improving. You know what I'm saying? And we made a positive turn. So shout out to you guys. You know what I'm saying, for sending me the encouragement while I'm going through this difficult time. And then also shout out to everybody in the realm. Anybody who DM'd me or chatted me just to check on me, see how I was doing, because it's been tough, y'all. It's been tough, but like I said, turned the corner. Mama Cognito's coming through. You know what I'm saying? So still just going to stand by for a couple of things. That's why Solve is hosting. You know what I'm saying? The Addict's been holding it down for us, but yeah, salute to that. But as far as that, only thing I've been doing has just been a lot of xCloud, a lot. I've been really getting a chance to test it, and especially when Mama Cog is sleeping and resting, I get a chance to pull that Kishi, raise a Kishi out, King. You know what I'm saying?
And you getting your real Switch love on. Like your phone is really switching from a phone to a game device.
It's been phenomenal. What's up, bro?
So that means you've been frauding on Hades. Is that what you're trying to tell me?
Yes. That AAA Outer Worlds experience seems to trump everything else right now.
Let me ask you a question. So you purchased that Hades game?
Are you absolutely right? I did.
I'm not talking about you.
You know I bought it.
Yeah, I purchased it for the flight when I flew back from Washington, but I played that, and then shout out to Hogue. I was playing a lot of 2 Point Hospital. That game's hilarious. I was doing that.
Oh, the one that came in Game Pass that you didn't believe me that day?
Yes, King. Yeah,
that particular game.
Yeah,
but I was doing the what you call it? Like I said, I'm doing the Razor Kishi. I've been doing Outer World. Shout out to Obsidian, the Peril, the Gargon DLC joint. Y'all been rocking that, man.
Shout out to the worst implemented DLC in the history of games. Shout out to Microsoft having a great game and showing how they can just tear you up. Yo, you know what? Let me tell you something, Microsoft. This is what you do. If you have a DLC that happens to be triggered while you're playing the game, what you do is when you purchase said DLC, let it be a different save spot, right? That remembers your progress in the game. That I don't have to have 40 different saves at places that I don't care about. That I didn't know the DLC was going to be about. So then why don't you have that so I can click to that part of the game where I was before that I didn't know what was going to happen, that money that I paid for a game. Yo, I'm really so pissed off. That is the worst DLC implementation ever. And you know what you did? You made sure that I'm not buying another DLC for that damn game.
Hold on. What's the issue?
He got locked out. He got locked out of where his save progress is. Because the DLC, so apparently the DLC occurs not at the end game per se. Right. So once you finish the actual original game, if you get past a certain point, you're locked out of the DLC.
I'm right before the last mission.
And if you purchase that DLC,
no, I played the DLC.
Oh, see, no, my stupid ass. Right, sorry, I'm really upset. Sorry, my bad. My stupid behind. I got to the end of the game. I loved the game, right? So I got to the end of the game right before you about to do whatever you about to do, and I'm like a couple of click steps away because I saved right inside the room after I did what I did, and then the game goes into its little thing, and then you answer their questions, and then it gives you an outcome, right? And then I'm thinking that it's going to be a game plus mode right after with all the stuff that I got, and I can go back to these worlds and just frolic around OP as I am. That doesn't happen.
Wow.
Let's start over and let's do it again from scratch with your nothing weapons.
That's why you need to have multiple saves, sir. Anyway.
No, but you know what? No, that's you shouldn't. No, you that's just a poor implementation of a DLC. And you listen, if Sony did it, I would have cursed them out. But these dudes
I didn't
did
have
it,
that
Man.
issue. Like
because you wasn't at the end.
I know I beat the game. What you mean I wasn't at the end?
You know, Addict doesn't do no side stuff, so he probably beeline, and they were like, "Oh, you good?"
So wait, you beat the game, but you had multiple saves that you knew where you were in the game?
I had one save. I only played that game one time.
So how the hell did you get to the... Okay, Now we're not gonna do this.
No, I'm confused.
Time.
No. I paid money. I want to know how he did this.
Well, we'll talk
you
about
went
that after the
vault-
podcast. I'll figure it
I'm
out.
mad as hell.
Anyway, back up my segment. Yes, I
You ain't the host.
Hey, it was a good DLC too. I beat it last night. Actually, I was in the party with Carnita.
Okay, for the love of God, how the hell did you get off the platform? Because I went back to the beginning to where my shit was, and I tried to get out of there. How the hell?
For me, all it was in the ship.
Yeah, you just got a package.
Yeah, you get a UPS package, like,
and then you open up the package, and then someone attacks you. Like,
Time out. Okay, Cog. I know you wasn't at the end of the game. I'm talking to this guy that ended.
Yeah.
So, Addict, your save point when you came back in the game, you was at the end?
I was at the. Well, I just do manual saves. I don't do auto saves.
Okay, I do manual saves as well, sir. I'm just clarifying because I will really be playing this game today. All right, so I made it all the way back to the ship, and I tried to leave, and they said I'm locked there. I can't. leave.
You must have. Oh, you manual. I always manual save for the last mission. You're on the last mission. That's what it is.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. Well, what you need to do is load up an auto save or something. Or I think if you try to beat the game again, and it might put you right before you did the last mission. I can't remember if it's one of those games.
No doubt. But like I was saying on my segment that was interrupted. No time emoji came out.
What happens?
I mean, we didn't time. Like, we kept talking about it.
Anyway, but all jokes aside, thanks everybody for the love and all stuff. And I've been doing a lot of xCloud, really playing that in the wild. Really loving it. It's really cool. And it's been pretty much it, man. So we're gonna get into it. I know we got a lot to get into.
I mean, no doubt, real quick before we get into what I did, whatever. But listen, man, like when I heard that Lady Cog was not doing well, like my heart was in my hands, man, because we've said it here a million times. Like, we're not here if not for her. Like, really, like, she facilitated all of our foolishness when we were young. And I was thinking to myself, like, love and adore my mother, but there's not a chance in hell she was letting us be in my house every weekend for years on end.
It wasn't happening in my house.
And
had the whole block in the crib,
literally the whole block, and facilitating that kept us from doing other things that we need to be doing. So, man, I'm just so happy she's doing better. Like, I'm
definitely doing better.
Yeah, the patience and the love of a Buddhist monk.
Yes, she does.
I told her, I said King, I said Sav, I said they send they love. Everybody sent love. You know what I'm saying? They know how much she means to me. So it was really, really cool, man. Definitely dope. And what we got, Sav? We got any news that we got to do?
Hold on a second. So real quick, what I did, the little time I had to play any sort of games this week, it was Hades. I told you Hades is at crack. Hades it has just consumed me. The 20 minutes a day that I can play. So that's what I'm playing. Let's get these super chats because we are.
Yes, please. Yeah, we got a lot.
You guys don't let up. So let's go real quick. So we got Sin Vendetta with the $10 super chat. Unfortunately, the PS5 hands-on demo didn't show much at all. At least we got to look at the console, and the loading speeds looked fast. But disappointed with the lack of PS5 info so far. Yeah. Nothing else to say to that, but yes.
Yeah.
Then we have J-Dub as a shill with the $5 super chat. King, is it true that the almighty Spider-Man Miles Morales paired with the God-level SSD produces a 1440p 60 frames per second experience? No 4K at 60. Is this a PS4 Pro Plus?
Oh, wow.
I told you before, they just catching up to that Xbox One X.
Wow.
Okay.
And we got J-Mo Money with the $2 super chat. PS4 and PS5 saves are like Cog's beard, imaginary.
Shots.
That's Cog's topic too, though.
I know.
That's
hilarious.
Then we have Scrub Nerds with the $2 super chat. Sav out here auditioning for Telemundo and Facts.
Yo, we might have to do that. That might have to be a thing, yo. I was kind of fire. I was feeling that.
Let me see. Then we have Smitty Smith with the $2 super chat. Keanu Reeves gonna play Lord Sov next week. Yeah, let's do it, baby. Then we have Squirrely Dan with the $2 super chat. King out here looking like Miss Cleo. Call me now. Then we got Pixel Big G with the $2 super chat. Fam broke the RPG rule. Save often and everywhere.
Factual. Talk to him.
If I did, listen to me. I messed up. I call for penance, please.
Yeah, you can't be trusting those RPGs. And we got Michael, aka Bed-Stuys Finest, with the $2 super chat. Good morning, Lords. Hope all is well. Thank you, sir. And we have our brother Italian Clowns with the $5 super chat. Iron Lord Podcast. Can anyone lend me $1? I need to buy Game Pass because PS Now is too expensive.
Oh my God. Ridiculous.
And let's put them crusts in the chat for the newest member of the realm, Sparty On. I like that. Sparty On. Welcome to the realm, sir.
Party on, Sparty On.
All right, so give me a moment. So from Sparty On, then we have RMB3 with the $5 super chat. Good Sunday morning. If I have to buy Ghost over again and start from the beginning on PS5, I want Jim Ryan's knees. WBG Podcast sends their regards. Thank you.
That's what's up. Thank you, brother.
Hold on.
Factual.
Because I got jumped. Okay, then we have
We got
Boogeyman with the $5 chat. Was there any truth to the boot up sequences or the SSD size? I tagged you guys in. And King, what did you think of that Joker bust?
If you're talking about the Infinity Studio Joker bust, I think Infinity Studios is, if you're into bust like that Bruce Lee bust that I put up, it's amazing.
I feel like a pause should be here, but continue.
No. Well, yeah, okay. So some dudes think a bust means something weirdo, but let's say toys just for those dudes, like Cog. But a statue guys understand a bust means nothing from the waist down and everything from the waist down.
I'm back.
This is when he's loose and he's not the host.
No, exactly. Like he leaves that to me now. He can just talk reckless right now.
I love it. I could be y'all. This is awesome.
we have Eagles fan 76 with the $2 super chat. Can you use external HD on PS5? Also transfers game. I'm assuming you can, but again, we don't know. We know what we can do on the Series X. That's for sure. Then we have Smitty Smith.
Well, you're gonna need that internal extra for that 600 gigs you got.
Oh damn!
Wow, we got Smitty Smith with the $2 super chat. Y'all ready for that Microsoft buy of Techland?
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
I'll take that. I'll take that.
So we caught up.
We caught up. So Lord Cog, before we get into our Patreon and our YouTube giveaways, we have a new Scribe of the Month, sir.
Oh, we jumping right into that now?
Yeah. I'll leave that to you because you know more details about it.
So Attic, can you hit my music?
It's already
Ain't no music. I just wanted to say that. Hit the music.
I'm dead.
Remember that? Well, yo, first of all, man, salute, as you already know, LordsofGaming.net, man. Wow, what a month. It has been absolutely tremendous, man. We hit our peak viewership this month. I mean, shout out to the entire team. It has been what a journey for, almost a year old, and to see this growth and see this thing continue in a positive direction. So, yeah, man, salute to the entire team, salute to the editorial team. But as you know, here on ILP, you know what I mean? We do this thing, and we want to celebrate, the great scribes in the realm. And this month, we have someone who really went above and beyond, and he is in the chat right now, muted hopefully, but it is Lord Gene Scheifmeier. I hope I pronounced your last name correct. Talk to me. Make sure you can hear me.
Yeah, can you guys hear me okay?
Yes. So I just want to salute you because, like I said, you had a fantastic month. Obviously, it's been a pleasure working with you, since PAX. You've come onto the team, and you're really an anchor to the team, and tremendous work. The articles have been amazing. He's a source of PlayStation news. He's a source of Yakuza news. You know what I'm saying? He's always on the front line. He's always on the floor. So, Lord Gene, our Scribe of the Month. Congratulations, brother. Speech!
I think it was like a year ago now. I was getting ready to leave for Tokyo Game Show or coming back from Tokyo Game Show, and you guys had put a tweet out. We're looking for writers, and I was like, fake it until you make it. Here we go. And there was it's been pretty cool. It's been a lot of fun. spending my nights and weekends just being able to talk about video games and having a platform to talk about video games and meeting with publishers and developers every day or exchanging emails every day. It's just been pretty crazy for the past year.
Awesome, brother. Yeah, two things that stand out for me during your tenure at LordsofGaming.net is, one, you were the first to really get ahead of Fall Guys before everyone else. You knew this thing was going to be a hit. So I thought that was amazing. Right now, you got an amazing article right now up, what to do with that old console before upgrading, you know what I'm saying, which is cool. And you're also my source for, I believe that the editorial you do every month, a Circle Cross Square for PlayStation, right?
Yep, there's a monthly editorial on the roundup for the PlayStation 5 news and just kind of think tank ideas of like what's going on with them, which is not a lot right now. And we about November of last year, we put together an article for the most anticipated games of 2020, and I had Fall Guys on it. And then we met with the team in February. Yeah. And I'm playing the game, and I'm at PAX. I'm screaming at the director. I'm like, "This is going to be the biggest game on the planet." Sure enough,
dude. So salute to you, brother. Make sure you get your rewards as we discussed.
Absolutely, that all that stuff, good stuff, is on the way.
You know what I like most about Gene? I love the fact his utilization of the Speed Force. When we was at PAX and he was at the WAC party, then we showed him the pictures of our party, and I swear I got one drink and turned around and he was standing right there.
Now, salute. You know, another G moment is when we were with Platinum Games, and they were. Gene, I have to do it to you, Gene. You know what I'm gonna talk about.
Oh my God.
So we went Kamiya, right? And what you call it? So mind you, this is like early, pandemic. So somebody coughed in the room. So me and Lord Watch, so you gotta see Lord G face do the face like, oh no. Like, I know somebody.
He said, "Am I at ground zero?"
These are these awesome memories and moments, when you're at gaming conventions and things of that nature. So, but again, all jokes aside, salute the Lord G, man.
Absolutely. Hard-working dude.
I'm looking forward to it. Again, you're an old school gamer like most of us here, except Addict, But the Dreamcast comparisons with Tony Hawk, I'm really looking forward to sit down with that, because that, again, you don't see many people doing things like that. A lot of people just don't have the hardware anymore to be able to make those comparisons. So I'm excited to see that.
Absolutely. What else we got, Sal?
All right. So first off, let's welcome to the realm Lord Chetval Twisted Cal L.
Yes,
salute. In the chat. Thank you so much for the support, brother. So speaking of support, this is the time of month when the Iron Bank opens up its coffers and gives back to the realm. Once again, thank you all for your support, both on Patreon and on YouTube. None of this happens without you guys. Every single week, every single month, we get new members in. It's baffling and amazing to me. So thank you so much. So this is our little time of the month where we get back a little bit. So let's start off with this $10 gift card giveaway. And to those of you who have yet contacted me with your information, once again, remember, if you support us on YouTube, there really isn't a whole lot for me to go on in terms of finding you. So if you're not in the chat, if you're not hearing when you actually win, it is difficult for me to get to you. On Patreon is different. I have a whole bunch of your information. And a lot of you also don't have Twitter accounts. So again, if I can't reach you, I can't get you your stuff. So please, 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 if you hear this and you know you won in the past, just get at me and I will take care of you. So first off, $10 gift card giveaway.
Let's get it.
Let's get it. And that goes to Mexican Zoidberg.
Oh, I remember that name. He's new. Yeah. Salute, man. Salute.
No doubt. Congratulations, sir. You know what to do.
Actually, tell them your Twitter again for the YouTube guys if they ever find your ad.
Exactly. You can reach me at LordSovILP. Just hit me in the DM, and you guys just give me your information if I happen not to have it, and I will get out your stuff to you as quickly as possible. When it comes to these codes, it's instantaneous. As soon as I get your information and I know where to contact you, you will have that code in your DM. So
no doubt.
So let's move on to this $20 gift card giveaway. And the winner is Roofin.
All right.
Congratulations. These are 2 new names. Again, thank you for dropping off the bag. This is what
Thanks for the RNG.
This is what
True
happened.
RNG.
All right. And let's get into this Teespring giveaway.
Yeah, let's get that check.
Let's get the drip from T. We got new stuff. Oh, we got a whole bunch
we got
of
new stuff. Yeah, we got a lot of new stuff. Yeah, check the store out.
Yeah, check the store out. You want to rep the Lords during the pandemic? We got you.
We got you, bro. We got you.
Fire stuff. All right. So the winner of the gift card, the Teespring giveaway is JB Golden.
JB Golden. All right. Okay.
What's up?
Maybe doing the drum thing scares me a little bit.
Feeling like the rolling R's. You're not about that.
I like that.
I don't know, man.
Yo,
Feel like I gotta call the hospital, man.
Oh my god.
This is the first time in a while that we've gotten basically 3 new names. Like,
yeah.
So that just goes to show, like I said, thank you guys, because we're getting new supporters every single week. It is fantastic. Keep spreading the word of the Lords. You know that. You know what to do. Bringing people to the round table in the realm. That's what you do. So again, thank you so much. We really appreciate it. Like at the top of the show, you saw my my little thing when it came to the PlayStation. You're gonna see King David's later on. Guys, you only have a few weeks left.
Yes.
You only have a few weeks left. Join the realm on Patreon. Join the realm on YouTube. Get your ballots in to win these consoles.
Yes.
I'm telling you right now, it's hard out there in them streets.
Oh,
I know.
We know what console will be there on November 10th.
Oh my god. Yeah.
All right, so that is that. The rigmarole and everything is done. We're taking care of business and the bills. So let's jump into this first topic of the week. And as I said before, the main event is usually the first event on the Iron Lords podcast. So we're going to get right down to it. We are expecting, hopefully, a guest. Yes. But let's just move on.
Coming.
So,
he's coming.
Okay, cool.
Okay,
so we just keep on talking in progress.
Exactly. So the first topic of the day is the Xbox Series X is out in the wild, ladies and gentlemen. Influencers have it, media has it, people flossing on Twitter with it. Everybody's posting their pictures with it. I saw Tony Polanco up it, sitting by a window holding it up like Danny Pena hanging out in an alley somewhere with an Xbox Series X. I don't know what that's about, but everybody has this Series X. People are talking about it. So there's embargoes basically on a lot of stuff, but the first stuff that everybody's allowed to talk about is basically boot up speed, loading speeds, in terms of back compat games, the speed at which these games are running, resolution, stuff like that. So, Cog, this is your topic.
Actually, it's not my topic. It's all good. It's all good.
Addict. That's right. I'm sorry, Addict. This is your topic.
Go ahead and set it up.
Look at him.
What the hell?
Go ahead
set
and
it
set
up.
it up. No. The host has to set it up. Go ahead and set it up, Saul.
He sound like he got to get dressed. He's like, I'm not ready. Go ahead and set it up.
Go ahead and set it up, Saul.
Why does it sound like you butt naked behind the green screen?
Go ahead and set it up. I want the host to set it up. Go.
All right. So look, man. Obviously, the Xbox Series X has been going out to a lot of media influencers and people to know. So they've got the chance to get their hands on it. Obviously, there's an NDA or specific things that they can talk about. And speak of the devil, we have WindowsCentral own Jez Corden, the filmic Jez Corden, Mr. Bone Cream himself,
the creator of the Rand Tomato
and Rand Out Tomato's best co-host. What's going on, sir? How you doing?
Hey there, how you guys doing? Not so bad. Haven't long woke up, so I've got my cup of tea, and
Nice.
so I apologize if I'm slightly slower than usual,
No,
which is going to be very slow, but
That's all right. Just blame Addict for waking you. That's all.
yeah.
We appreciate you, brother. First of all, salute, man. I've been following the site, seeing what you guys are doing, and loving the coverage. Well, first of all, I love what you do with Xbox 2 and RAN. That's number one. You guys are amazing. And number two is number three for jokes. I love that you're taking Lords of Gaming.net writer. Salute. I had to say that just for jokes. But anyway, all jokes aside, no, seriously, man. I know you're one of the first guys that actually have, you know, a Series X in hand. You put it through the paces. Don't want to get you in trouble because I know you got things you can't talk about. But just so far, your experience, how has it been with the Xbox Series X?
Yeah, so like there are things I can't talk about yet because we are running on basically an insider ring for press. We've got like access to a specific pool of games. I guess games that have dynamic resolution and dynamic frame rates that benefit the most from the Xbox Series X, the Xbox Series X. Like for example, Monster Hunter has an unlocked frame rate, which means it gets to about 35 frames per second on the Xbox One X. But on the Xbox Series X, it goes all the way up to 60 because dynamic unlocked frame rate. Whereas other games are hard locked to 30 frames per second, not necessarily going to see as much benefit. So I think that's partially why they've locked press out of the full library. But you know, it is what it is. And as you might have seen, Tom Warren tweeting, they unlocked a further 200 games for press to play around with yesterday.
So just to cut you, Jez, so it's more than 500 games that it was rumored. People thought. I saw your tweet.
Yeah. What are we up to now? I don't know off the top of my head. It's something like 700 now, 800 or something like that. But the plan is, and this is what Xbox PR says, the plan is they linked to one of the blog posts where Jason Ronald said the plan is on launch day to have the full library there. So I saw some like, you know, FUD being spread around that the press pool is the full library back and pack games. That's not the case. The full library is planned to be there on launch day, and at the speed of which they're unlocking the games, I'd expect that to be the case. But yeah, I can't talk about the operating system, but you might have seen it from some of the videos, like the sexy animated background, for example. I don't know if you saw that. That is currently live. I suppose there's no reason I can't talk about that, considering they've put a video out about it. But that is currently live on the Xbox dashboard. It looks really stunning in person. Nice. So that's nice. And, you know, I think they've got more surprises planned for those sort of animated style backgrounds down the line. But, you know, the things I can talk about, primarily the industrial design and the hardware, it is a stunning piece of kit. It's not as big as you think. Like, we did this whole comparison video, and I was like, man, was the PlayStation 2 really that big? You know, like, but it's PlayStation 2 is actually slightly taller than the Xbox Series X, which is like, or slightly shorter. I can't remember which one it was, but it's comparable in height, which is, I couldn't remember the PS2 being that big. And then like you compare it to loads of other things, and it's really not as big as you think. I just sort of slide it nicely into my setup, like vertically. I know people who've got like a more compact setup might struggle to fit it in, but I think it really is designed to be set vertically because the heat comes out of the top pretty hardcore, you know. Like the console itself is cool, like, but the Microsoft's done a good job of making sure all the heat is not in the system, it's coming out of the system. So you're gonna want that top vent, you know, with a lot of space to get rid of the heat. Otherwise, that heat's going to be going in your console, and that's not what you want.
Now, speaking of heat, that seemed to be another little noise. Yeah, I would ask you those two questions.
Silent. It's just damn silent. Like it's switched on right now. I could probably get my microphone close enough to it so you can listen to it, but honestly, it's just completely silent. But we haven't really had any game that really pushes it yet. Obviously, no game with ray tracing available yet. Some of the games that would make my Xbox One X noisy, like, well, frankly, Monster Hunter is a pretty, not the most optimized game I've ever played, but it's, you know, runs perfectly well and completely silent on Series X. You don't even get that mechanical hard drive clicking noise when it's read-writing data because it's, you know, SSD, completely silent. So that's awesome too.
So like that NVMe difference you're noticing right off the back as far as the loading times and as far as like I said, games with unlocked frame rate. So I noticed I know you played a lot of Monster Hunter. Like, how significant is that difference? You know, playing it on the Xbox One X and then now on the Series X.
I think like Monster Hunter has been the game that for me shows the biggest difference across the board. Not only does it benefit from quick resume the most, because like in Destiny, for example, if you logged out, if you're idle in Destiny, they kick you off the server. But in Monster Hunter, if you're idle, you just sort of you go into offline mode, so you can just leave your character like quick resume ready at the mission table at all times. So no matter how many games you've booted up since then, you can just instantly jump back into Monster Hunter at the mission table, ready to go, ready to reconnect. No loading screen, no menus, no like login, no character selection. You're just ready to go straight away. So over time, that's like going to save you a lot of time.
Nice.
Beyond that, it's sort of like it's the loading speeds, man.
Nice.
Because like Monster Hunter has like it's an area-based game, so like you load into like a forest area to fight a certain monster or an ice area to fight another monster or whatever. Those load times are pretty hefty, and I haven't measured them like empirically because
it felt like
I
it was
haven't
like
got
a
my
minute
Xbox One.
at least.
Yeah, at least a minute. Now it's like if I just, it's just basically instant. Like back in the day, I say back in the day, last week when I was back on my Xbox One X, it's like you could like you had time to like fire up Twitter and start sending tweets and stuff like that during the loading screens. Now it's just instant, you know, like literally talking about 5 seconds, 8 seconds to load up some of the more intensive areas in the game. Destiny takes about 10 seconds to load up one of the areas as well.
Yes.
Yes, that's great. That's great news. We like to hear that.
I'm so done with this PC stuff. People won't even understand.
I swear, Destiny feels bottlenecked by the animation. I'm sure Destiny could load up even faster if it wasn't for like the slow spaceship animation.
Yeah. And
like,
what's amazing? Not to cut you, Jez. Two things. One, what's amazing is a lot of everything you're talking about. These games. This is just the brute force of the Series X. So we're not even talking about from an optimization standpoint or a patch standpoint. Then two shout outs. Actually, I want to shout out Back Coffee's in the chat, aka Giuseppe from Splash Damage. He wanted to shout you out. He said, I just connected, but it's great to find Jez here. And then we have an amazing guest who just joined the panel in the realm, in the back door. My man Sean Capri from the XboxDrive. What's going on, Sean?
Yo, thanks for having me, guys. This is awesome. I was watching along, and then you guys are jumping in the first topic. I'm like, wife, it's happening.
I know Jez's time.
It was funny is Jez hit me up and Jez was like, "Are you sure they know I'm coming? Are you sure?" I'm like, "Yes, Jez, I promise you."
So what we'll do is, Sav, if you don't mind, maybe we just open it up for questions. Everyone for questions, maybe for Jez, while we have him here and it's respectfully under his NDA.
Absolutely. Yeah. So that's before we do that. Absolutely, that's how we'll handle this topic. So Jez, you talked about how quiet the console is, but there are people in the chat asking about, of course, people want the smoke. So Sean Murray with the $5 super chat asks, please ask Jez to address the stupid overheating rumor of the Series X. And of course, this stems from where I saw it was that there was a video from the Giant Beastcast where they were talking about it and they touched the console or something like that. And he was like, oh my God, it's super hot. And apparently, the internet ran with it. So what do you say to the heat of
the internet? It ran with it? Are you serious?
Surprisingly.
It sounds so unreal.
Surprisingly. So what do you say to how the console heats up?
Like I say, like the console itself, like I'm just literally feeling it right now. The console itself, it's cold. Like
rub it, Jez. Rub it.
It feels like a bone cream segment.
There's no thermometer here.
He's like, are you sick? Are you sick?
Jez, who did that for you?
Oh my God. Oh my God.
But no, it's like it's completely like cold. Like the plastic on the outside is cold. So like I guess like in the internals, sure, maybe they're getting hot. But like if I crack open my laptop and put my finger on the heatsink, I'm expecting it to be hot. That's what it's meant to be doing. But if you put your hand on the vent at the top, there's heat. But go and do that with your One X. Go and do that with your PS4 Pro. There is heat.
So what
don't
about
touch your PS4 Pro, man? It might burn you.
Does the expansion card heat up? Does it get warmer?
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
He's
But,
not supposed.
like-
You're not supposed to talk about that, right?
I don't know. I don't care.
Oh, Jez!
He said, "I got it already. He can't get it
No,
back.
I mean,
You're gonna have to
everybody's been
fight
doing
me
it.
for it."
Everybody's been doing it. Yeah. The expansion card gets hot as well. But like, if I crack open my laptop and put my finger on the NVMe drive in my laptop, it's going to be hot. The issue is that like a lot of these people are unfamiliar with these kind of high end components, and just because it's hot doesn't mean it's breaking. And I think some of the other fake news that came from this whole people are so desperate to downplay the Xbox Series X for some reason. Someone posted a screenshot of the Xbox Series X. Oh, actually, no, it's the Xbox One X's overheating warning, which is what happens if you literally wrap your console in a towel,
Right.
and keep the heat inside it. If you block up all the vents, the Xbox will spit out a message that says, "We're shutting down to prevent overheating."
Oh yeah.
So your device doesn't melt. Right. If you want to test that yourself, go ahead, but don't blame me. Stick a towel around your console and see what happens. It might turn off to prevent from overheating.
Well, Xbox has been really good with that. They, I think they learned they terrible lesson from the 360. And anytime the system feels anything like any harm in any way, my Xbox is shut off. And I noticed, I'm like, oh, okay, somebody closed the daggone the door, because I have mine is in the end case and closing. So whenever I'm playing, I open my doors up so it can get ample oxygen inside. The PlayStation does the same stuff as well. So these console developers learned a long time ago about that.
But one of the fanboy Twitter accounts posted the screenshot of the Xbox One doing that, and then said, "Oh my god, the Xbox Series X overheats, and influencers aren't allowed to talk about it." I played Monster Hunter for like 6 hours straight, maybe more, and there was no issues to do with overheating.
Yeah,
I'm using it literally the same way I use my One X right now.
Jez, my biggest question
all the time, stuff like that.
My biggest question to you was: did you have a heads up that it was coming? And okay, because it's a double-edged question. So first, did you have a heads up that you were getting one?
Yes.
Okay. So, all right. So, okay. The first, my question, if you didn't have a heads up, was what was it like when you got the box? All right. Now that's done. What was the anticipation like when you actually got it and then you opened it up? Like, did it feel like Christmas? Did you have that checking your making sure your alerts was on your phone for FedEx or whatever that they were sending it through? Because I go through that with my statue. So
it's after doing this, I've been doing this now for 6-7 years. You kind of get used to it. I'm always getting products in. It's part of the job. It's part of the gig, and you can't be too much in your feelings about getting this stuff because it affects your objectivity. I can't be like, oh my god, I'm so excited to get an Xbox Series X, and then like. I don't know. You open the box and it explodes when you plug it in or something. Like, you can't be like too in your feelings about this stuff when you're writing about it. And at the end of the day, like, yeah, I'm excited. I'm an Xbox fan and all that. But my real goal is to inform consumers about whether they're making a worthwhile choice with their money and stuff. That's we're a tech site at the end of the day. We're not judging the art of a game. We're not out here counting pixels or anything. We're a consumer electronics website at the end of the day, and my goal and our goal is to inform people about how best to spend their money. So I was aware that it was coming, but I was also aware that it was coming slower to me than some of the other press because of COVID delivery times, and I missed the first delivery because I don't know, was I asleep or something? I can't remember. I don't know, or I just didn't hear the door or something, so I had to wait like a little bit extra to get my hands on it. But it's the retail unboxing experience that influence and press got. I don't know if I'm allowed to say that either. But you'll see it like unboxing videos down the line and in the future. But I will say, like, it's a cool unboxing experience.
All right.
It has that new plastic smell. Oh, I love that. I love it.
You guys will see when you get your hands on it, and you get you've seen the retail boxes, right?
Yes.
With the grill on it. Wait till you open that box up, man. Like what they've done with the retail packaging is actually really cool.
Oh, you got the retail
packaging. Yeah.
I thought because some people were showing that they were getting it in a UPS box, and I'm thinking that it just came in the UPS box, just wrapped, and it was like, yeah, there you go, got that. So
yeah, I don't know if I'm allowed to say that, but I will say that it's people who are picking it up are in for a cool unboxing experience. That's the whole thing now. Unboxing videos and stuff like that. People showing their unboxing their stuff on TikTok and Instagram stuff. It's a cool one. What they've done with it.
All right. So before we get to the next set of questions, let me get these super chats really quick, and then I'll pass it off to Lord Sean. We have Lord Stomo Black Slap with a $10 super chat. Prayers up for Cogs Bomb. Also love to see the growth success you guys are having recently. It's well deserved. Thank you, sir. But don't forget, TCL got a hit out on King, and and Destiny is still Chihuahua dropping.
Oh my god! Low.
Love that super chat. Love it. Then we have Sparty On with the $25 super chat. Did I say before that Sparty On joined the realm?
Yeah, joined the realm.
Yes.
$25 super chat from Sparty On. Just wanted to say thanks for all the entertainment and info you guys have provided since I found the channel. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Then we have Sean. Okay, Sean Murray already asked that one. Then we have Michael Askew with the $5 super chat. Salute to the Lords and everyone registered to vote. Keep up the amazing work.
Yes, absolutely.
Then let's put the crest in the chat for the newest member of the realm, Lord Chamberlain.
Oh, Chamberlain!
That's my old joint.
That's our guy for the mixed up week. What's it? Midday mix up podcast.
Yeah, that's it. The World Traveler.
Yes. Salute Wandering Dutch and them guys.
Yes. Where's he located at? Because his house is inside Forza, so he's in Scotland.
Yeah, I thought Chamberlain was the teacher.
No. Yeah, he's the teacher, and he's in Scotland, but he teaches the Asian market English as a second language.
Yeah, Shyamalan. That's what's up, man.
No doubt. Then we have Lord Squirrely Dan with the $2 super chat. Cog had to go out west to pick his ex up from Phil.
Listen, just because I was in Washington doesn't mean I was in Redmond.
but there's a good chance he was.
Allegedly. All right. Allegedly, he's under NDA. Like, don't tell your friend.
Then we have Drunken Ninja with the $5 super chat. Hey, Jez, would you say that the Xbox Series X is too much of an upgrade? Great story. Yes, that is hilarious.
That's hilarious.
Apparently, it's more upgrade than we can handle. So, and then we deserve. So, so Lord Sean Capri, what's up, man? What's going on,
man?
Yes, what's going on,
brother? Any
questions? Oh, not too much, man.
Man.
Yeah, dude. Oh man, I'm so excited about all this. I can't I'm wrapping my head around whether or not this timing for all this news, all this influencer news is like the best timing, or is it kind of weird, right? Because you can't really buy one right now, right? Like the timing to get to know it and buy it was a couple of weeks ago, but also like there's this giant void, this giant vacuum of news, like where PlayStation's is like, you guys go ahead. So I can't wrap my head around like if this is something, and maybe Jez want to weigh in on this as well. Like, is this beneficial for Xbox to take their shot when there's nothing else going on, or is it opening up an opportunity for PlayStation later to go like, this is our rebuttal, this is our response to everything that Xbox has been going on?
You have to remember, Microsoft thinks on a different level to Sony. Microsoft's like, we'll announce our price first. We don't care. We'll put our console out to influencers a month ahead. We don't care. Well, it's, not that we don't care. It's just that we are confident in product truth, and also that like, they don't have to be so meticulous and secretive because their plans extend beyond the console now. They know for a fact all the Xbox hardware that is manufactured this year will sell out because neither Sony or Microsoft are going to meet demand. So what Microsoft is showing here is confidence in their product truth, which is that it's the most powerful console. It's it's the smaller of the consoles, and potentially has the most backwards compatibility out of the box of the two consoles, which is where they're putting their focus right now, which is, we don't have access to next-gen games yet on the system. I presume that soon they might unlock some of the launch games like Assassin's Creed or Watch Dogs or Cyberpunk. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what their plans are for getting closer to launch with the review units, but what they're showing is confidence. They're showing confidence in their product, and letting the product speak for itself at the end of the day.
Yeah.
Like, for me, it's kind of like, what's the deal with the secrecy around the PlayStation 5? As a tech reviewer, I'm kind of like, it's just strange. It's
They
like
don't have
Apple or Samsung. Yeah, I don't know.
It's gonna be delayed. That's what's
Oh Lord, here we
strange.
go.
Ain't nobody got one.
Japanese influences.
We saw one guy in the corner that they had under duress with it.
Why is he under duress?
It was about 5 or 6.
5 or 6 sequestered in different rooms. They did not see each other, talk to each other, or have any words with each other. And they said, and make sure you fill out all the forms properly, or you will not be. It was like an escape room. You had to put the PlayStation in an escape room, and they had to blow in the controller to get out.
Oh my Lord! Let's get up, Lord Gene, man. Let's get some levity here.
No, but it's weird, and everyone gets a pass this year, especially Nintendo. Japan's been really impacted by it. Bloomberg was reporting that Japanese companies still rely on a physical stamp-based approval system and fax machines, and they're not really good with work from home. But every time Sony does something, they step on a rake now, really since June. This morning, we had the YouTube influencers in Japan, and they have to break the news to everyone that Sony's changed their accept button. It's something that I always thought that Microsoft needed to do in Japan. When you're in the menu of the operating system,
they changed it used to be circle was the accept button in every game. Now it's X, Jez. It's X.
In Japan, it's flipped, and if you notice on the Switch, it's normally flipped too on what's the primary button. In games, it's still going to be the same for now. Like all the games they played, like the accept button was still circle and back was still X. But in the user interface in the operating system, navigating through the menu, circle was now back and X was now accept, which is literally the exact opposite in Japan of what those symbols mean, and not what they've been doing for the past 20 some odd years.
Right. It's a big thing culturally in Japan, because I believe
it's huge.
Circle.
It's huge.
Yeah, circle equals good, and then and then they also went into some aspects of besides that, as far as development stuff. So basically, instead of Japan having its own separate thing, it's basically now aligning to the rest of the world. Right. So I know it's going to hit that region a little hard, because that's kind of what they're used to. So it was an interesting choice.
The Japanese influencers, like they seem shocked.
Because I shout out to the Nibble and a couple of the guys on that region over there. They were saying that they don't expect it to go very well with Japanese players, because they're basically saying obviously you have to unlearn muscle memory. King, from back in the day when we used to buy imported systems, that was something that you always was always flipped. But enough of that. Just wanted to bring that to the attention.
What is that? Does anybody know what Xbox is? Is Xbox B for accept?
No, they never clicked it.
But I've never had a imported Xbox console.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I wouldn't know what would be the protocols of like moving around in their user interface over there, and it would be kind of weird if it was changed, because then it throws you off, and I'm pretty sure that people are going to take an adjustment period to get used to it.
Time.
But it's not. Listen,
I'm happy because I got tired of getting them confused.
It will change, and you will get used to it. In the first couple of days, you'll be, oh, this is kind of weird, but it will become second nature after you done jumped in. And I'm pretty sure, I hope they have something like some type of suspended play with their games that you can jump from game to game, so that back button will become like memory really quick.
Hang on a sec. Has PlayStation 5 not confirmed a sort of quick resume feature?
No, they haven't. Not at all. They haven't even confirmed the system. Just stop it.
Oh my god! You're out of control. Wow. But anyway, G, do you have any questions specifically for the Series X in reference to Jez's experience?
Was there anything that you noticed that stood out to you, in particularly in terms of something new in the operating system that you can talk about?
Well, in the operating system, I can't really talk about anything in the operating system that's new yet. But one thing that I can tell you about that surprised me, that I didn't think I'd care so much about, the shoulder buttons on the new controller are really, really nice. Like, I don't know if you've got an Xbox controller handy, people listening, or any of you guys.
Yes.
When you squeeze the shoulder buttons in, there's a bit of flex. If you press them in hard, there's a bit of flex. Not the triggers.
Not the triggers. Oh, shoulders. That's right. Shoulders.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you squeeze them in at the end, there's like a bit of flex in the plastic, right?
Yes.
And that's sort of like, if you in Monster Hunter again, I experienced Xbox through the lens of Monster Hunter. I got like 500 hours played in this game. But if you've got like in Monster Hunter, if you squeeze in the shoulder button, that opens a radio menu, and then you have to sort of use the radio menu and the thumbstick at the same time and running away from a monster. It's like it's hard to get your finger on it, and sometimes it can slip off, especially if you're using one of the older controllers, and especially if that plastic flex that you're feeling over time, that gets flexier. That's not a word. It gets more flexible over time because I think like that's the plastic wearing down or whatever. But on the new one, it's like rock hard. Like man, what do you call it? Actuation. Yes. Actuation on the button is way more tactile, and you can just feel it activating a lot more easily, and there's no sort of flex in the plastic, and it just feels a whole lot nicer. The D-pad too it just feels more tactile on your thumb. Right. Easy to select what you're trying to get to and all that sort of stuff. So like the refinements they made to the controller were one area that I hadn't really thought about too much. I mean, obviously it's like the big thing they're marketing is the share button, which is useful.
Yes.
But it is useful, but the bigger game changer for me was the shoulder button. I was like, man, this is a much better shoulder button on this thing now.
Are you able to talk about the share or the sharing to your phone?
Yeah, so sharing to your phone. What is that? I don't know if that's. I haven't heard of that feature. Is that?
You mean like
are you talking about the new disabled for him right now?
Are you talking about the new beta app, which just has the new captures menu, or what?
I saw an article somewhere that you can send a capture to your cell phone, so you can like tweet it out or post on a Facebook directly from your cell phone.
Oh wow!
Oh really? I did not know this.
Scribe of the month, right there.
Yeah, you're able to.
That might be.
It's supposed to be linked.
Be a planned feature.
It's supposed to be linked to your phone, and when you hit the share, you're supposed to be able to it'll send it straight to your phone, and then from your phone, you can just shoot it out to all your social media at one time. Like, so whatever platform that you're on, like if you Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok, whatever, you're able to send that stuff straight up to it, and it's supposed to be some like a real burst mode that you're able to
what it sounds like to me is they probably have like an app that's going to be integrated like real closely into the system, and when you put something up, you'll be able to click it and share everything.
Well, right now when I'm playing, being that all my information is linked to my phone and my console. Anytime I get an achievement or whatever, it'll pop up on my phone as well. So if I'm doing something in xCloud or if I'm doing something in Game Pass, if a new Game Pass game comes in, it'll pop up on the console and I can install it from my phone. So they just want the level of flexibility from all of your devices to interact simultaneously. So if you hit that share, it'll shoot to your phone, then you can just shoot it straight out to whatever your social media of choice is. So.
Okay, I didn't see that actually. I'm guessing that was in an article or something. But yeah, I can't really talk about the operating system yet. As I say, it's not a finished. It's not the build that they're pushing out to retail. Basically, I think there's still some surprises there. Want to keep under wraps for now. I think they're planning to make some more announcements about dashboard features and stuff like that, which is why like they're telling everyone like this isn't done yet. So stay tuned. But
are you holding on to the console for the duration, and as they sort of release to you, hey, you can talk about this now, you can talk about this now? Is that how it's basically working out, where you hold on?
Yeah, that's how it's working out. Yeah, it's like it's sort of like over time, new updates come, and then new features get lit up, and new games come, and stuff like that. It's very weird. I've never had a product a month ahead of its launch before.
I think
no
what
laptop.
I think what it is, Jez, is they got so much that they want to show to the community and to, the Xbox consumer in general, that they want to show so much, but they don't want it all coming out at once. You got a certain amount you could talk about this, and it feels like right now the highlight for the the journalists and people in the press right now is we want you to show how well we've done backwards compatibility, and then probably next week it's something else. They're going to open up something else that you're able to talk about.
I mean, I have to say, man, they started out messaging great, obviously, when they launched it, when they first spoke about the console and Phil talked about it at the Game Awards. And then when they were talking about the games, people felt like, it was a little spooky in the way that they spoke about the games that were coming to the console. But then, ever since then, they've sort of righted the ship in that regard. And I think this sort of, piece by piece sort of breakdown on what the console can do, I think it's fantastic, because you're never going to be without information, right? You'll be talking about something for a week and a half, 2 weeks maybe, and then the next feature drops or whatever, and then
it's genius, really, because they wanted people to really highlight on what an uncapped frame rate on some of these games could do. So what do? Instead of giving the media all the backwards compatible games, they're like, we'll unlock everything that doesn't do that. So you got to talk about that. Yeah. So Microsoft's really, they're doing this very well.
Yeah, they're back on point.
I think it's funny because someone said earlier, will this give Sony a chance to counter? Quite honestly, I think that Microsoft has done it this way because they want to highlight things that they think the PlayStation might not have down very well. Like, for example, the fact that Sony hasn't really been transparent about how much backwards compatibility is coming to PlayStation is kind of telling to me. Yeah. And as someone who plays a lot of service games that aren't getting next-gen upgrades at launch, like Overwatch, for example, is Overwatch going to be there day one? We don't know. Is Minecraft going to be there on day one? Microsoft hasn't said. It's kind of, concerning. When it comes to Xbox, all those games are going to be there because it's basically the same system but with upgrades. But the PlayStation, the fact that saves don't transfer and stuff like that, it sounds like there might be developer work that has to be done in order to bring those games across. And if that's the case, which developers are going to support PlayStation on day one? Which of them are going to be like, oh, well, we're doing this at the moment. We'll come back to this later. So I think in the fact that Microsoft's highlighting backwards compatibility right now, it's part of their messaging that your games will be there, all of them, on day one, and the ones that have dynamic features will have enhancements.
What's crazy too, Jez, is the biggest question people want to see is they want to see how Assassin's Creed, Valhalla, games like that run on the system. And for the most part, everyone that has this system's going to get that game as a review copy because it's the media. So I have a feeling that that's the last thing. They're like, talk about the launch titles now, a week before the game comes out, the system comes out.
Yeah, for sure, maybe.
Sure.
Jez mentioned something about that just totally triggers something. Does Microsoft have a Trojan horse into the back end of what's happening for next gen on the Sony end by publishing Minecraft on PlayStation? As a software developer, as somebody who puts a game on a PlayStation, being Minecraft, do they get a sense maybe of what is happening? Is they have a little spy in there?
Are you implying that snitch?
Maybe they get a little sense. I don't know.
I mean, and that's the funny thing, though, right? Not necessarily on purpose as a snitch, but if there are issues, they probably are aware of that. I mean,
Jim Dance Moves Ryan is compliant. He's compliant. He's already been assimilated.
I mean, to be honest with you,
this is not a Jim Dance Moves problem, right? This is this is a Mark Cerny. This is a Mark Cerny. He made another PS3 type problem.
Listen, this is the problem, right? This is what happens when you allow the competitors' game on your hardware. You must give your specs up so we can make the game work and run to your specs. So now you know why they was always a step ahead with hardware. They knew your specs.
It was not even a little game either. It's kind of a big deal.
It's Minecraft. We have millions of subscribers.
It was like Epic coming out with Fortnite and using
PUBG and shit.
Shout out! They got Epic.
Oh my
Well,
God.
I'll give you a little bit of insider industry knowledge here. Both Sony and Microsoft know each other's systems.
Yeah.
Like it's like
Especially this
Sony
late in the game.
like they know what each other has, because not only like they talk to other publishers and stuff, and like if Ubisoft knows what the PlayStation is, they're gonna tell Microsoft. If EA knows what the Xbox is, they're gonna tell Sony. It's just like it's just the way that goes. Like at a certain level, the information is just out there for everyone to know about. So yeah, Microsoft did know about the system, but Sony knew about the Xbox as well.
Sony knew about Microsoft. They just didn't have the pockets to go change their system around. and that's when the money is different over here.
Oh my God.
You knew about it, but could do nothing to change your thing.
We got a couple of super chats that are directed at Jez in terms of questions. So first off, we have Regulator 951 with the $2 super chat. Good morning, Lords. Easy on the bone cream, Jez.
Man, people are crazy right now.
Then we have Safe Space Invader with the $5 super chat.
Whoa,
I know, right?
Safe Space Invader.
Jez, I got one question. In your merch, do you have a bone cream shirt? I would like to buy a bone cream shirt. So.
It's funny you asked that, because we're trying to figure out, because Colt Eastwood, shout out to Colt. He makes a lot of our channel emotes for Rand's channel and WindowsCentral gaming channel as well. Yeah. And we're trying to figure out how to make a bone cream emote that's sort of safe for work, but also
I got you.
I
already see it in my head. I got you.
See the vision.
I got you. It's very simple.
Cream in your head?
Yes.
Yo.
Listen. Yeah, nasty so. It's Sunday, and I'm down for the messy. But
messy on the Lord.
Yes, I'm down for the messy.
You guys gotta have a hand like squeezing the little tube. Like
no. See, that's too subjective. You have to take it all the way, and I'm not gonna say it because I want him to put it on his shirt, right? So I will tell him in the DMs. But it's very simple and it is effective and is not offensive and is very nice.
Moving on from bone cream, let's get this super chat.
We go back to Safe Space Invader. We have Jez. Are you playing the Series X on an HDMI 2.1 TV with VRR? If so, did VRR work? I play on an LG C9 with VRR and it makes a big difference.
Sadly, no. I don't have. It's not even so much the space, although I mean the money. It's the space. Like British houses like up north, they were built during the Victorian era a lot of the time. Mm-hmm. And some of these like terraced houses, they're not designed for 55-inch TVs. Right? Mm-hmm. So like the issue I've got is finding a 48-inch at most TV that supports these features. They just don't exist.
The C10. Do you have the C10 has a 48-inch version?
The C10? Does it?
Yeah, C10. Yeah, the OLED C10. I've been speaking to Amontis about it as an option.
I was looking at that on Amazon.
Television?
But when I was looking
at the brand on your television, Jez.
I'm using the Samsung QLED Q.
Okay. No, I just wanted to know the brand name. That's it.
Yeah, he just wanted to shame you if you had a TC.
Yeah, because I was about to come for you, Jez.
You said that so extra. I was about to come for you, Jez.
like a spy, like a James Bond spy. Come on, man. He's 007. Come on, man.
I thought TCL meant to be good. I don't know.
No, they're not. Stop it.
Aren't they good for the money or something?
No,
I got friends expressed by that.
We will not be picking up TCL here.
Time. All right, we have Regulator 951 with the $2 super chat. I think we answered that already. Regulator, Jez, can you debunk all this overheating nonsense?
Yeah, we did that.
It's debunked.
It's debunked. Then we have Gaming Forte with the $10 super chat. I think Slow-Mo has it wrong. First, why hate on a game that you don't play? Second, your analogy is backwards. Destiny is the Chihuahua and Division is the dropping.
Get him! Get him, Forte! Get him!
I think I'm going to ban all this Destiny talk from here on out.
Uh-huh.
Hold on. We got a few other.
We got that. Yeah. Oh yeah.
We have Dizzy. We have Dizzy coming up. We have Dizzy with the $2 super chat. SIA San Diego Studio has Xbox Series X dev kit for the show. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep. Let me get HR Bomber. Shout out to HR Bomber for giving for the box. He says hashtag all access, no access, TCL, OLED, it's coming. This is our resident TCL representative, HR Bomber. So he's riding for the cause. And salute to him. He's actually had an issue with all access. We're trying to see what's going on. He's been having a lot of problems. I think if you pre-order with all access, there's been some issues. So try to get to the bottom of that.
Actually, Microsoft addressed this and they said, I guess this coming week, if you manage to get a console into your cart through all access and then you couldn't do it, they're going to be emailing you so that you can have an opportunity to actually finish that purchase. So
Thank you.
They set aside consoles specifically for that. So I don't know if everybody who did it is going to actually get, but
I got two of them.
Yeah.
No doubt. Then we got JW's Show.
JW's the show with the $10 super chat. I disagree with Sony knowing Microsoft specs. Otherwise, Sony wouldn't have overclocked. Geez. I still want credit for the bone cream. Any royalties, bro? I want half. I want half.
Eddie, I would have Eddie. So we got that. I want to ask a question. So yeah, Jez, man. I mean, obviously you got a chance. The two questions I have for you is one, as a Switch guy, you said some things on the Xbox 2 with Rand that really resonated, which is the share button. You know, as we know right now, the way it currently stands, you know, you got to press the Xbox Live button. You know, you got to press Y. It's so unintuitive the way Xbox currently does their share system. So from my understanding, what you said is now that share button is a quick tap immediately from the controller. You could get that screenshot. And then is it a hold like the Nintendo Switch where you can get the video on the button? Can we talk about that? Okay.
Yeah, it works exactly. I don't know if I can talk about it, but
oh, sorry.
I don't know if they're probably not gonna change this, so I don't know why I wouldn't be able to talk about it. But yeah, it works the same way as Switch. You tap it to take a screenshot, you long press it to take a clip, and if you double tap it, it opens up your recent captures so you can like find what you want to share and that sort of thing. So it works well. It's super intuitive. It's instant because the CPU is better. So I think like if you share a lot of clips and stuff like that, you're going to be pleased with the way Microsoft set up this system.
Awesome. And part two of my question was quick resume. You know, I guess again, if you can talk about it, you know, having
that is something I can talk about. Yeah.
Nice. The 3 to 4 games, you know, at a time. You know, how much of a game changer is it? Because I know coming from a PC and NVMe, you know, setup, I know getting into a game, that's one thing. But to be able to switch a game, leave your progress where it is between 3 or 4 different games seems, I just can't wrap my mind around it. So listening to you talk about it, I just wanted to get more details on your feeling of that experience.
It's weird, right? Because like I said I said this on Xbox 2, but I've had to sort of change my gaming habits a bit because one of the things that I always do on Xbox is I hard close my games because the current quick resume feature on the Xbox One sometimes leaves you with these like weird issues in certain games.
Yes.
And I think that's because there's some developer input that has to happen to make quick resume work smoothly. I don't know if a game has to be built a certain way or something like that. And again, if there's any developers listening, maybe they can enlighten us. But some games work really well with Xbox One's quick resume for one game. And other games just don't, and they break. And rather than find out if my game's broken because of quick resume, I just don't use it. Right. So I just like hard close my games. Like I always hard close Monster Hunter like out of habit and stuff like that. However, it feels like the new system doesn't require any developer input because every game I've tested with works completely flawlessly, which is like really cool to see. Obviously, there are games where you can you have to like log out and stuff if you're not around for a while.
Right. So I'm thinking like an online game like Destiny.
Yeah, for example.
Like an always online game. Yeah. Continue, Jez. I'm sorry.
Yeah, so like in Destiny, for example, if you're not logged in for a while, you will get disconnected. Like so, fast resume for that. A developer who's making an online game might have to tweak it a bit, like how Monster Hunter works. where like you just go into offline mode if you're not in the game or whatever. But yeah, for games where either you don't get disconnected like Monster Hunter, or an offline game like Ori or something like that, you just literally, it's as if the game was just frozen in time. Like it doesn't even open a pause menu or anything like that. Like, for example, if you pause Minecraft Dungeons the second before you get hit by a creeper, for example, you will come back to that game and you will get hit by that creeper. So like you might want to, if you're going to do the whole quick resume thing, you might want to be like careful about when you do it.
Yeah,
You know, but it works flawlessly. It's you know, no complaints on how it works that I've seen. And the only problem is getting into the habit of actually using it, because like I say, I'm so used to just closing my games that I'm like, oh man, I could have just quick resumed that. Why didn't I do that?
Right.
So
well, if you don't close your now, like it kind of impacts your internet connection as well. Like if I've got Call of Duty running in the background, I'm going to go download a new game. Like the speed isn't going to be there. So I usually have to go in and close. I'm curious if you've tested anything like that. If you tried to download anything with things in quick resume, that it seems like it's a completely separate thing, where if a game is running in the background or saved in quick resume, it's not going to impact that.
Yeah, it is a completely different thing. It's
awesome.
It's like I say, I think this is completely system led. It's not like developer led. So a developer doesn't have to have any input. And I think the way Microsoft have done it is because of the SSD. And I don't know, I really don't understand the technical wizardry behind how this was even possible. But from what I understand is it works similarly to how, like, you know, like on Android, for example, when like you quick resume an app, the app just goes into a suspended state.
Yes.
And like depending on your settings, it stops using all internet, stops using all background power and stuff like that. I don't know how it works, but it works the same way. I think it's just like a full-blown suspension of whatever game you had running. And so if you're worried about it using internet or power while, you know, it's suspended, I don't think it does.
And then what about for like,
and plus a lot of these multiplayer games too, like if you stand by for even a couple minutes, they kick you out to the main menu.
You out.
Yeah.
Sure. And can you manage them too, Jez? Can you go, like, if I wanted one game like always in quick resume, like how do you know which ones are like maybe one's gonna get booted out? If you could put another game on quick resume, is there like a queue, and can you like lock something in? I didn't see anything on the UI when they're running through it. They're like, this game is currently being suspended in quick resume.
No, it just works. Like you just like if you just go hit the dashboard, it'll just work. It just automatically goes into quick resume and stuff like that. You don't have to do anything magical to make it work. But those games that do have like a disconnection timer, I guess, like for example, if you're in the middle of a match in Overwatch or Call of Duty, you'll hit the idle timer and get kicked out of the match. But when you quick resume, you'll just be like at the lobby or something like that. So it's not like you have to load up the whole game again.
I guess what I'm worried about is if I put too many games into quick resume, that like it can't keep them all. Like when do I know that one is going to be kicked out of quick resume in that?
Okay, what you mean.
Games, right?
Yeah.
There is a hard limit. I don't know what it is off the top of my head. But as far as I'm aware, there's nothing right now that tells you if a game is being slipped out of quick resume, or there's no. As far as I'm aware, there's no system to manage quick resume. But that might be one of the things that they're keeping under wraps for the future updates and stuff. I have it on good authority that there's still a lot of they've got lots of plans for this operating system, because now they have the CPU to match their ambitions.
Right.
So even if like a lot of those features right now aren't there, I completely expect Microsoft will reopen the feedback hub for ideas and stuff, and we'll probably see like loads of new little features that just weren't possible back in the day. Like, do you remember how like we used to have snap mode and picture-in-picture and stuff like that, and then they stripped those features out because the Xbox One was so starved for resources. They had to do stuff like that to like get the basics up to speed, like just the general speed of the operating system had to take priority over those features.
But now that we allocate 10% to a Connect.
Yeah, exactly. But now we've got like more modern CPU, let's say, and a very, very fast SSD. there are things that they can do that they just weren't able to do before.
Did
so
you say
I wouldn't be
SSD is
surprised.
Just
very-
you know, it's a segment of the community in the gaming community that believe the SSD and the Xbox is slow.
That's certainly an interesting take. I wonder what the speed of the SSD on their computers is.
I know, right? They don't have one.
Oh my god! So you want to give me?
Yeah, let's get these super. So before we get these super chats, though, I'm gonna drop something in the chat. So you guys get ready to with those fingers. Woo, woo. Go get it. Go get it.
Get that bone cream.
Exactly. that is an Xbox code for those who don't know. It's an Xbox code, and it is in celebration of Microsoft's acquiring ZeniMax Studios. It is the Arcane Collection, which includes Dishonored 2, Dishonored: Death of the Outsider, something else I think. So it is a number of Arcane games in there.
Nice. Salute. Go get that. Go get that.
All right, let's go. Let's get these super chats that we are behind on. We have JD Gamer with the $5 super chat. Good morning, Lords. Jez, great show.
Yes.
Have Drunken Ninja with the $2 super chat. Time on the bone cream, please.
He was affected by that. He liked all that.
About that conversation.
He was about the bone cream.
Definitely does not want to see that emoji.
I like that he had to put a super chat to tell us to pause. Stop talking about bone cream. Like, I think that's hilarious. He paid for us to stop.
He paid for us.
Jez, I'm telling you, Jez, it's a hit.
Jez is a hit, man. I love Jez.
Man, like so many memes coming out of Xbox 2 now. Like,
yes,
every day, Rand's like DMing me, like, "Oh my god, what have you done now?"
Filmic, ran down tomato, bone cream with classics. Continue.
We have Neo Mental with the $10 super chat. I was just chilling playing some NMS. What is that?
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky.
No Man's Sky. And I gotta hear the slander from people that never got past level 10 or 20 in Division. Shaking my head on a game you haven't really played. Tis.
Salute to the Division Lords in there repping. I see you.
And we got Smitty Smith with the $5 super chat. Destiny 2, The Drifter. Real bringing a lie detector. Who did that?
Wow.
Oh, well, let me get Elemental Pio with the files in the chat. I hear the PS5 SSD has less usable memory allocation for games. Has Jez ever seen the 5 heartbeats? Night like this.
Yo.
Savage.
Very savage. Very savage.
Very savage.
We have
get it.
You gotta just look up Nights Like This 5 Heartbeats on YouTube. Then we have Eagles Fan 76 with the $5 super chat. Jez, have you used old controllers on Series X? And if so, do they need an update for low latency? Finally, do you think you remapped the share button on the Elite 2?
Yes.
I did remap the share button on the Elite 2, and actually I'm still using the Elite Series 2 as my main controller, even though like I was talking about how great the shoulder buttons were. I just the charge dock on the Elite Series 2 is just so damn convenient. It trumps everything.
PC, love it.
So but yeah. My Series 2 didn't pick up an update. I think a lot of the auto low latency stuff. Oh, and this goes back to someone else's question about using 2.1 HDMI features, which I didn't fully answer either. So auto low latency mode, it's like what it does is the TV will HDMI 2.1, the TV will detect that there's a console connected and it will automatically switch your TV into game mode, which is more responsive than TV mode, which prioritizes picture quality and stuff like that. Where you don't need inputs to navigate Netflix menu, for example. Right. But like when you're playing a console, you want to have like the fastest response time possible for your controller and stuff like that. So it'll set that feature automatically. Like sometimes I dread how many people out there have got PlayStations and Switches and Xboxes plugged into a 4K TV and they don't have game mode turned on.
Yep.
Can you imagine how many people out there do that? Probably a lot of people.
Very prompt.
Yeah, probably a lot of TCL users.
Oh my
Game mode in the
Because it don't come with game mode.
Oh my! Stop
It
it!
got game on mode. Game on, brother.
Oh my God! Yo, we're gonna get a cease and desist from the TCL company.
They're gonna kill us one day.
They're gonna
So
kill us.
what is this button? Keep going.
Next up, we have a Clutch Man with the $2 super chat. I downloaded Squadrons last night. Can't wait to play. I actually downloaded it as well. Haven't played it yet. I definitely want to play that.
Shout out to Thor. He's playing that game like there's no tomorrow.
And we got JW is a show to us. Chat over 500 in the chat. Smash that like button. Salute, brother.
Lord JB Golden, I in the chat, I just gave you my Twitter, so you can just get at me and I can get you that stuff. Then we have Vic the Brick Gaming with the $5 super chat.
I like that name.
I like that. Like the brick.
If your power goes out in the house, does quick resume cache or get wiped, or will those games still be there when power comes back on? I heard that you could turn off the console.
Yep.
And then it's
I actually
Yeah, Jeff.
I haven't tested that yet, but I've heard that is indeed the case, that that at least for a certain amount of time, like many hours, we're talking, that it will keep those games suspended in the SSD memory. I haven't tested it myself yet, but that's on my list of things to test. Man, I need a 4-person team here to do all my work for me. I'm struggling, frankly.
I'm about to hire Vic the Brick to go collect my knees because of a name like Vic the Brick. Yeah, like yo, who's at the door? It's Vic the Brick, and I'm here for your knees.
I'm here for your knees. So like that's the goon. That's the shooter. That's the shooter right there.
Shout out to Vic the
Vic
Brick.
the Brick. That's a number one top.
Listen, add me on Xbox. You get an ad for that. Add me on Xbox.
We need that kind of help around at the Lords.
Here we have Kay Asante with the $5 super chat. Salute to the Lords. For the geeks in the room, Microsoft is using virtual machines for back compat. Quick resumes are snapshots. Amazing implementation.
Salute, Kay Asante.
That's what's up.
And we have the wise old gamer with the $2 super chat. Is bone cream cheaper or better for me versus my blue pill?
Wow. Wise old gamer. Wise old gamer.
Yo, wise old gamer. Continue to use the blue chew, baby. Use the blue chew.
God. We here to let us have representation from all age demographics and questions.
Combine the two for maximum effect.
To hit the game on button.
Oh, you'll be game on, all right. Moving along.
Moving along. So we have no more questions.
That's the original game mode.
Let's a couple more super chats off.
No.
Yeah, I got him right here. JW is a show. Follow super chat. Jez, why do our brothers across the pond say H and not H? Oh, yeah.
HDMI.
That's how they talk.
What do you guys say?
We say
H, and you say H.
You say H. Yeah, we say H.
And we say
the letter H versus the letter H.
This is how they talk.
Hang on. You say H.
Yeah, Americans say H. Yeah. He's like what? He's like baffled. I love this. Cross pond talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like
it's an American.
like HDMI. Like okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
I get what he's saying now.
Yeah.
Because we invented the language, I can say what I want, bitch.
Yo.
I really enjoyed that get on my level attitude.
Yeah, I like that get on my level. We the originators of this. That was very British. That was very European. I love it.
Was that after the wise old gamer? Because I
still got more too. Yeah.
No, slow-mo backflap is next.
Yeah, this is after the watch. You may have it on Top Chat. Take it with the live chat.
No, it's on live and it's not up there.
Refresh. Yes. I got him. Slow-mo backslap, $10 super chat. Forte is a fraud. I have days in Destiny. It's still dumpster juice. They still battling about this division in Destiny. Yet he claimed he was playing Control, but got exposed for only having 0.3 hours in it 3 weeks. Hashtag I'm better. I'm the better half of the DPS podcast. Oh my God. Will you guys stop rivalry going on? Then we got Sid Vendetta, $5 super chat. I currently have an OLED B6, and when I put the TV on game mode, it really washes out the colors. So I really had to adjust it. Yeah, I kind of know what you mean. I had that.
Pushes.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Turn that off. Those TVs are good enough. Do not.
And they have a response mode for the LGs as well, where you don't have to actually do all that. But I'll talk to them later about that. Eagles fan 76, $2 super chat. How fast does Randall Tomato load? Can it do 4K 120?
Wow. All right, I got them. After 3 reloads, I got it. We have Iron Mike with the $2 super chat. Does disabling quick resume free up SSD space?
I saw Austin Evans say that you could disable quick resume. I don't know if that feature's actually in yet to disable quick resume, and if it is, I couldn't find it. So I think that might be something that maybe he has access to because he's on a more advanced build, because he's like super cool.
Nice.
And I don't have access to it because I'm lame. But or if it's a feature that's coming later, or what, or he's just heard it, or he's been told that it will be the case. I imagine that if indeed you can turn it off, and I don't see any reason why he would get that wrong. Yeah. I imagine that it would free up some space on the SSD, but I think the Xbox is dynamic like that. I think like if you want to install a game, it's not going to be like, oh, sorry, you've got quick resume enabled, you can't do this. Right. I think it'll probably like just be like, if you want to install this, be aware that we can only quick resume like 4 games instead of 5 or whatever it is. I don't know yet. As I say, the operating system's not finished. Yeah. Well, it is finished, but we don't have access to it or whatever. It's because they want us to test specific things, I think.
I think like every week, like Attic is on to something. Every week, y'all get a new feature list that comes out, and y'all can talk about X, Y, and Z going forward, and do your videos and stuff like that. I think they want to be at the beginning of the information cycle, which starts on Monday and ends on a Friday. Like Cog and I was talking around in the background. Yeah. And we said on midweek mix-up, good news is released on Monday, bad news released on Friday. So the bad news is the PlayStation information came out on the weekend.
Oh my God.
We know it was bad news.
Oh. Moving on. So, what else do we have?
We have Perfect Shogun with the $5 super chat. Sony believes in generations. Save generations. Jim Dance Moves Ryan says they will unlock cross saves if 500 people hit that filmic like button.
Wow.
Woo. Wow. Then we have Tony Stark RDX with the $5 super chat. Just wanted to say hi. I just ate a tomato, and I'm kind of worried that I ate Rand on accident, and now we won't get any videos from him anymore.
They're on fire. They're on fire, man. Salute to the chat. They've been on fire. King, you want to get your question? I know Jez Tom's limited.
No. Pretty much, I asked him everything because I pretty much know what he can't talk about. So, and I understand that like a week before, you just recently got yours, right? Jez?
Yeah. Man, time is like become this sort of abstract concept for me. I can't even remember which day I got it.
Okay, so you just recently got yours, and people that got it,
was pretty recent.
Yeah, prior to you, they had a limited amount of games for back compat, and I think Austin Evans explained that 300 games was released the following week, and he assumes like weekly they will be releasing more. So I don't know how long he was in the program and stuff like that. Oh, let me ask you a question. I do have one question. When I'm playing my Game Pass, I have a little checklist, right? And they give you like little goals to hit to move to the next tier. Is it something like that with you guys in this program that you have to do X amount of functions to be able to move on to the next amount of functions, or is everything just open to you and it's like have at it?
Yeah, everything's open. It's just like that wouldn't dictate to press like how to approach their coverage. It's just a case of like when the operating system updates, I presume we're in a similar ring to maybe like external testers, maybe like retail marketing reps and stuff like that. Because Salesforce presumably will have access to the consoles now, and people who are like researching the consoles so they can sell them to their customers down the line and stuff like that. So I think it's just a case of that, really. I don't think like it's there's going to be any special requirements before getting access to more features.
A lot of times people are believing that you guys are under some form of duress and you have to answer in a manner. They just want y'all to be truthful and honest of your experience with the console, and you can just put it out in that manner, right? That's pretty much how I'm getting it.
That's pretty much like I really like working with Microsoft because like they don't try and be overly controlling with any of their embargoes or anything. This goes true for like Surface and everything and stuff like that. They gave the Surface Duo phone out to influencers pretty early as well, so they could write their reviews, and so there was some pretty harsh feedback about that phone. But Microsoft takes it as like, well, this is real world feedback, and we need to improve on it. They can afford to not be so controlling, I guess. Is ultimately what it is, and let the product speak for itself. Exactly. It just all speaks of like the confidence we were talking about earlier, right?
So okay, so you said something, and I'm a key on in on that. You said they can afford to be this like free with it. So you mean other companies can't be that free because financially they can't afford to do this, right? No, I'm just messing with you, Jez.
I'm not necessarily talking about Sony.
Don't answer that. Leave that alone. That's me. Get a step away from that.
Seriously though, do you remember like I remember Metal Gear Solid 5's review boot camp. I don't know if you guys heard about this.
Yeah.
But like for those who don't know, the way Metal Gear Solid 5 Phantom Pain reviews worked was they flew out a bunch of high level journalists to i.e. not me. They flew out a bunch of high level journalists to review the game, sitting in a hotel room or whatever with two Konami press guys standing over them.
Oh no!
Or like, yeah, seriously, like explaining the game. They also had access to cheats like God mode and stuff like that, so they could skip through the story more quickly. And it just wasn't. It wasn't how a consumer would experience that game.
Oh, so you mean like just like what just happened this weekend, where they locked them all off into this sequestered room, so they haven't learned, you say?
Again, I have no idea how Sony's marketing.
I'm just messing with you. Just don't follow me down this rabbit hole.
Oh man.
Yo, listen, I don't want anybody to associate you with my crap. Just leave me alone in the bushes over here by myself with my conspiracy theories.
You provocateur.
Yeah, yes, sir. Don't add yourself to my mess.
Oh my God! Any further questions for Jez? I know just before for the panel, anybody, Addict, Gene, Sean, any final questions for Jez before he goes?
No, not really.
Okay, cool. Gene,
I mean, pretty much he's answered everything I have to offer.
Yeah, I'm good.
All right, cool. Hey, Lord Sean, want to make sure you got everything going.
Yeah, no, man, I'm just stoked about it. I can't wait.
Nice. Yeah, man. Lord Jez, this is fantastic. I'm super pumped. I mean, we're a month away. Man, like I cannot wait to get my hands on this thing. And like I said, all these amazing features, NVMe, quick resume, just the raw compute of natural back compat without even being optimized and even patched yet is so impressive. So when those patches come and those things happen, in the future, it's going to be even more impressive. But salute to you, man. You guys are killing it. Salute to WindowsCentral out here killing it, man. Yeah. Love what you guys do. Super proud, of course, the Xbox too, man. You're killing it. Tell the people where they can find you, man, and the other things you got going on before you roll out, man.
Yeah, so follow Rand's channel, Rand_Al_Thor_19. I wish he had a better brand because but that's where we do our podcast. Or you can go to Xbox 2 on SoundCloud and find all the external links. Or follow me on Twitter at Jez Corden, JZCORDEN. And yeah. Thanks, Tom, for having me, guys. I love doing this podcast. You guys are a laugh riot every single time. So, thanks for your hard work, for the community and all that stuff. And thanks for having me.
And I really do appreciate you taking the time out of your day. Because I know, especially right now, with all the stuff that you're doing because of the console.
I was just playing Monster Hunter the whole podcast. So
I love when you say that on Xbox.
You doing the random, just joining random people, not doing the mic communication, and just killing a beast?
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, you're the people I hated on Monster.
Yeah, follow him on Twitter. Jez is an amazing Twitter follower. Bro. I love it. Salute to you, brother. Thank you for spending the time as always.
Thank you, brother.
Get your time, man.
You already know. That's what we got next.
Moving along, as Lord Jez alluded to, there's a little messiness with PS4 to PS5 saves, a little muddiness.
Wait, we didn't introduce Sean.
Yeah, we did.
We did, but it was very minor because we were introducing Jez. Let's get Sean because he has a great display in the background, and I really love when he's on.
Reintroducing.
Let me click his name. Let me click his name so you can see his background.
Yes, man. I'm already clicked his name. I was looking at his stuff the whole time. His displays look amazing. Yeah, you pack them so nice.
Oh, thanks, man.
That's
Oh,
nice
wow.
pause, man. But that's really, I swear.
I like the
that
Stan
is so nice.
Smiths in the back, though. Salute to the
Yeah, you see the Stan Smiths,
yeah,
right?
people, that's OG right there. That's OG.
So you got the.
They're
all
Xbox.
right, so you
They're
got
Xbox brands.
Are those
that's the
Xbox Stan Smiths?
Yeah, Xbox sent me those
with the
Stan
Elite.
Smiths. Yeah, man. Yeah, they're nice. I'm not gonna put them on my
bring
feet or nothing.
bring
They just
Bring
came out of the box.
that to the forefront.
Yeah,
Oh,
let's see
dude, I'm
that.
never gonna
Bring
get
that
them.
to the forefront.
Okay,
Yeah.
well, only because I've never touched these since I put these here. I'll never get them back looking that good there. Yeah, man, like they're. Oh, and I just dropped my pin.
Oh, those are fire.
Are those good?
crazy.
They're my size too. Like they asked me for my size and everything. Like they're nice, dude. They're really nice.
Oh, the Stan Smiths is an OG.
Aaron, what the hell is going on, man?
Aaron. Yelling at Greenberg. Shout out to Greenberg. Yeah, salute, man. That's fire.
Yeah, I had a pin on there too. Yeah, dude. Yeah, I'm so lucky, man. Like I'm just living the life right now. It's awesome.
Salute.
Aaron Greenberg's name all over it. He's a sneakerhead, man.
Oh my God.
See, I had to look up like on like Instagram, like how do you display shoes? I don't know how to do this. I would have just been like straight up. But
No, you
I
got that side
still
profile,
nice.
brother. That's all. Yeah, you did it good. You did it good.
Yeah, I won't even try now, but that's it. Well, the embarrassing part is this is my professional office. Like when I work, this is my Zoom call. So welcome to my this is my working from home.
They work, right? So they can't judge you off your fandom. The hell with that.
I say like come on into my home, and I just
Salute.
just get it over with, take a picture, and then we'll get back to business here. But yeah, man, this is it. This is my office.
Gotta respect it, man. Yeah, so of course, Sean Capri of the Xbox Drive, also the Cup of Joe and Nintendo with our good friend, the Nintendo Guru, right?
Yes.
Yeah, man.
And my favorite, We the Gamer Cast, which I was proud to be a part of. You know what I'm saying? So salute to you and all that. But yeah, we're just gonna talk about these topics, man. What's going on, and I'll jump it off with my topic with the what's going on with the save situation with PlayStation 5. And it first came out, I believe, with Yakuza Like a Dragon, which is actually coming out to both platforms. So it looks like they had made a statement. This was on the 28th of September, and they said, just to clarify, the physical owners of Yakuza Like a Dragon on PS4 can also use their original disc to upgrade to the PlayStation 5 when it releases on March 2nd, 2021. So that we learned at that point. I guess Yakuza Like a Dragon is a timed exclusive for the Series X first. But then the second part, they go, save data will not be transferable between the PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 versions of the game. So that kind of raised an eyebrow. So, okay, maybe it's an individual, situation. But then, we got some news from Codemasters who create Dirt, which is Dirt 5, that's coming out next gen. And then they made a statement. They said, currently on Xbox, all progress can be carried over between generations. But on PlayStation, your Playgrounds creations can be carried over. But other game progress, career, currency, save deliveries cannot. If that changes, we'll let you know. So this was going around Twitter. Immediately, it seems like Xbox kind of smelled blood because Aaron Greenberg put out a tweet and he's like, cloud saves and 4 generations of compatibility means I pick up right where I left off. And then he starts going into, having quick resume and save data and save progress going on from the Xbox One to the Xbox Series X. So look, I want to bring this to the realm. We don't know what's going on. Looks like Eurogamer tried to reach out for PlayStation for comment. They have their own opinions on what it might be. I don't know if it's a cross-generation support or a cloud issue, but I wanted to bring this to the realm. What do we think is going on with save data features from PS4 to PS5? Let's start with Gene, though. Let's get Gene popping.
The first thing that I noticed is I don't think that they're being entirely transparent about Yakuza on the Xbox. On the Series X site of the smart delivery, there are no next gen features. It's not listed when I checked last month. It's not 4K. There's no HDR. It's not 60 frames per second. So I don't believe that we're getting the Series X version of that game this year. And I wish they were being a little bit more transparent about that, because they're, Sony's putting out some bad news, but Microsoft's not putting out really being, a straightforward answer to what it is. And maybe at launch, maybe on the 10th, we are going to get the Series X version of the game that is 4K, is HDR. It looks like the PS5 version is going to be a significant graphical upgrade with different character models. Yeah. So I'm not really sure what's going on with that. But yeah, Sony's got a problem with saves that they got to address, and I wish they had someone in the communities like Aaron Greenberg or really anybody that could take the feedback that's going on Twitter or online and social media and translate that back to them. Right now, there's nobody doing that, and they're dead silent about it. It's problematic. So hopefully they can address it. Some games can have saves move over, and some games can't. So it sounds like it's a developer issue, but Sony's got to work with them and help them get that through, so they don't have mud in their face during this launch.
Yeah, it's interesting. I'm just trying to be curious. Yes, I'm sorry.
No, it really is kind of weird. I mean, I guess if there's a right way to handle it, is don't talk about it until you have something to say. So even if the perception is well, there's something wrong. So yeah, that does kind of worry me a little bit as we get into what's coming out for launch, that we may not have the Series X versions of a lot of these games.
But wasn't the topic the Sony saves? How did we get over here?
Oh, because it happens. This is what happens.
Wait a second. It always happens with PlayStation and Xbox. You're like, okay, let's talk about the thing that Sony dropped the ball on. Yeah, but Xbox.
My point was, I don't believe that Yakuza's going to have a Series S version of the game on the 10th. That's just my point.
Sure. I don't mean.
No. We'll move to Lord Capri since he wants that smoke for that PlayStation.
I love what King does, man. I get all over this stuff because it's such a the inconveniences are adding up to me, and I like my time is limited for gaming, like a lot of us, and I just look at Xbox and it's just so easy. And a lot of us who upgraded from the 1 to the One X, like I imagine it's going to be a very similar experience going on to the Series X, where you just like same cords. You just unplug one and you plug the other one in, and you don't even have to think about it. Like, I don't want to have to dick around with this stuff anymore. So I just don't even have to consider it with Xbox. It's ridiculous. And it's amazing the number of passes. And by the way, I have my Gears Xbox One X sitting next to my Spidey PS4 Pro, next to my Switch. I have them all. And I feel like that's even silly to have to say. If you have a criticism of one of the camps, you kind of have to say, like, I had 4 PlayStation 4s this gen. Like, I put enough money to say things about PlayStation. That's right. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's one thing. Right. So the whole the save thing is just ridiculous. And to me, it's just, I don't want to have to deal with that garbage. That kind of sucks.
Yeah. I know what's going on. And nobody want to tell the truth and shame the devil, but I do.
Yes. What's going on, sir?
I believe that Jim Dance Smooth Ryan believes in generations. So your save is in the last generation. So if you want your saves to cross over, go play the last generation.
Pretty much.
That's over fresh. We want a fresh slate. Yeah, see, now y'all thought fresh slates started with the PlayStation 5 and all those games will only be available there. No. See, what Jim Dance Moves Ryan was telling you, we believe in generations. So generationally, you won't be playing over here. You'll play in this generation.
That's the only way they actually believe in generations.
Yeah. If you want to go to the past generation, you can also go to the other room and play your PlayStation 4 and be in that generation.
So done.
I think there'll be a time where it matters less, right? I think there will be like 3-4 years from now, it'll matter right now, big time.
Because they have a limited amount of space. So I think it really is a space issue. See, everybody thinks you can't be bringing all your saves over here all willy-nilly and there's only 600 gigs. I mean, like, you're gonna tear up your gigs with all that, all that memory. So
I thought you meant space on your table, because you're gonna have to get rid of your PlayStation. Your PlayStation 5.
Messy.
It's a floor.
That's
console floor,
You can house it in your shed outside, maybe, and then have the cord coming on in.
Oh my Gene!
It's huge. It's huge.
It's big. It's big. It's huge. And
what are the things bone cream all over it?
Oh my god! I can't with Sean. I can't. We're in a day. We have transformed Sean. I love it.
My biggest concern is, and
I'm sorry.
I'm a huge Yakuza fan. I own all the Yakuza games in every region. I can't wait to get that game on the 10th, and on the 12th, I'm putting that game in my PlayStation 5. And maybe we're gonna play 100 games that week. So maybe I play it for 3 or 4 hours. And then March 2nd or March 5th, whatever, I put that same exact game in my PlayStation 5. Is it going to load the PlayStation 5 version of that game and it's not going to work, or my save's going to be gone? Like, what happens?
Yeah,
Wait,
that's the
okay,
question.
you gonna buy the PlayStation 4 version and put it in your PlayStation 5?
It's backwards compatible. So you can buy the PS4 version, put it in the PS5, but then what happens on March 2nd?
It's not gonna work. That's not the list. Okay, so they got a list of 100 games, and out of that 100 games, out of the best playlist, that game ain't on it. So you buy the PlayStation 5 version if you're gonna buy it on that day, just to be safe.
The PlayStation 5 version of Yakuza does not come out until March, Serge.
So then wait till March.
And this is the thing. This is Sony's problem. They're saying that the game is backwards compatible, but what happens on March 2nd when I get that free upgrade to the PlayStation 5 version? Is my save gone?
That's a good question. Yeah.
The way they was wording it, like, not for jokes. Okay. So, forget all the jokes. You're real serious about it because this is something that you've been playing. Like you said, you've been playing that series all the way through, right? Yeah. And your hopes and your dreams is you want to purchase this game. And this is a serious question. We joke a lot. All right, I joke a lot, but he's really serious right now. So then he wants to buy this game. His concern is all that work that he's going to put into this game in March, when he gets all his bells and whistles, that he's going to mark it on his calendar that day that the bells and whistles are supposed to be added. He wants his bells and whistles, but he wants his save to go over. And this is a true concern from a Sony PlayStation dude who's not getting his questions answered. And I really feel that that's kind of really messed up that you don't have the answers and you still are willing to purchase and look forward to this March date. That's kind of
valid.
And it's going to directly impact. Sorry. It's going to directly impact me because we have to play all the games that come out for launch on both consoles. So I'm not going to be able to play through that game that week or that month. I am going to be playing it come March.
Right.
That's crazy. Yeah. I think it goes back to what Jez was talking about, how while using the Series X, it's obvious that everything just happens on the console level and it requires nothing from the devs. Everything, all of that stuff happens on a console level. It's just there, and it's a natural progression from what we've already seen with the the 1X, the Xbox One family of consoles. So it's kind of disturbing to me that it feels like once again, I see this scenario and it reminds me sort of PlayStation 3, where it's like it seems like they've created a console on an island and not thinking about the fluidity of the ecosystem. And it just, and I don't know this to be true, but everything we sort of glean from everything that we've heard so far, it seems that is the case. And it's weird to me, man. It just feels,
it's hard to do. Yeah. It's hard to do. I think it just goes to show like how great Xbox is at this, because it's way easier to just go like the other one's left behind. It's harder to build this interconnected ecosystem.
Absolutely.
100% it is. And but being that you're looking to do this, right? Being that my feeling is that it's always from the beginning of this 8th generation of consoles, that was always the plan moving forward. So to see Sony not sort of be prepared for that or feel like they're not prepared for that is very strange to me. Even if we're still going the route of, exclusives matter, we big budget AAA games, this is the route that we're going. Even if you're still going that route and not even thinking about services and things like that in the way that Microsoft is, it's the fluidity of ecosystem and how your boxes talk to one another. Pause. Is essential, and it's just so strange to me that it feels like when I talk about the PS3, it just feels like hubris once again. Pushed them to make a console that is advanced in cool ways, but held back in other ways that don't necessarily make sense when where you see where the rest of the industry is. So I don't know, man. I don't know if this is going to be true or not, but this is just feels.
No, I'm going to jump in because that's the reason why I brought this to the round table, because we're so close. What is it, October 4th? The system drops November 12th. Yeah. So it's just like, I've never been in a situation where it's just like, okay, what happens when I pick up a PS5? What's going to work? What's not going to work? It's simple questions, and it's not fanboy. This is literally, we're asking what we're going to pay for. And I think at this point, there should be a little vitriol. There should be a little questioning. It's okay to question if something, even if it's your favorite console. It's okay to question. We do it with Xbox. Hey, what's going on with this? How come PC games are coming over here first? Like, we have to ask these tough questions. And that's the concern, because look, man, I like my PlayStation. I love these experiences. I love Ghost of Tsushima and all these games. I want to know if I just platinum Ghost of Tsushima. I have all the achievements and everything, right? I want to know on release date, if I plug that in, is my data going to be there, or is my Jin Sakai going to have his bootleg outfit when he just started? Like, I need to know these things. Like, this is pertinent information. You know what I'm saying? So again, you know, we're seeing, at first, I thought it was just a single developer issue. You know, okay. Then we hear the Codemaster thing. Then with Miles Spider-Man, which one is it? You know, one of the versions, I don't know if it's the remastered or the Miles Morales part, you know, one transfers and then other doesn't. So I'm just confused as to why there's even an issue, right? Because at some point, one would think it's in the cloud, right? Isn't the saves on PSN in the cloud? So if I get another PlayStation 4, it has my data. What is the technical reason as to why they're having these issues? That's the part. There's just no transparency. There's no clarity, and I just feel we should ask these questions. That's pretty much.
It reminds me of when I because I'm a Nintendo fanboy as well. I brought home the Wii U. I remember getting my pre-order in and realizing there's nobody else there. You know, as a Nintendo fan, you're excited. You're excited. New consoles coming out. Like, oh my gosh, let's do it. So at the time, she's my girlfriend, my now wife, and I go pick up our Wii U. We bring it home, and I remember firing up like, yes, new Nintendo. And you fire it up, and you're like, oh, this isn't very good. Like, this experience is not very good. This is taking a very long time to load up. This UI is awful. I'm not suggesting that PlayStation's UI is going to be bad, but there's that moment when you fire it up that it's either going to wow you or it's not. And I'll never forget my first day with my Wii U. And I would just wonder, you know, we're talking about all these ideas. It's hard to really wrap our minds around like these quality of life things. It sounds great on Xbox, but it's all these things that people are saying, like, I could live without these things on PlayStation until that's your reality. And then you plug it in and you go, I want my saves. I kind of expected all these things to kind of happen. And I'm just wondering what that feeling is going to be like for people who drop $500-$600 or wherever you live in the world. It's a lot of money to have this and to not know until you know and you've spent the money, and then you're kind of sunk at that point. Could be very disappointing for some people.
Absolutely. And that goes back to the hubris thing. It's like, really? I mean, I understand everybody's been affected by COVID. I understand that. But you're banking on me giving you $500 for something.
Right.
You're not explaining to me, and we would have had
pre-orders. You're taking money.
Yeah, you're taking money. You're taking money, and you're not explaining the entire console. And we would be on Xbox the same exact way if it were
Stadia
right now. Or Stadia. Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It's like we would be on them just the same way if they were being quiet right now. We are literally a little over
5 weeks away.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter. They're sold out anyways. Like, you can't get one.
But you can't get one, and you're not going to get one on the 12th. All right, you can't get one, and you're not getting one on the 12th. This is a month out, and you haven't seen it. You've seen it in a controlled environment, in a room. Yo, I am absolutely so sorry to break this news to you dudes. I thought it was going to be lit this weekend. I swear I did. So when I saw all the information, and then Cog hit me again extra this morning to throw extra salt in the wound. I threw up the video. First of all, I knew that they were going to be playing an extended version of the Astro Land, Astro Boy thing, whatever, that's built into the system, to get you used to the controller. And that's nice, that little thing. That's cool. All right. And then they showed some Godfall, and I heard that they played some definitive Devil May Cry. I didn't see any of the gameplay of the Devil May Cry, but I did see the Godfall, and I like little things that I saw in the Godfall as far as the ray tracing.
The ray tracing look good,
and the stuff like that, or what I presume to be ray tracing, because I am not a developer. I wait for Digital Foundry to expose you dudes, like they exposed Microsoft this whole last generation right now, the one that we're in now, and it was a good ride for you dudes, but the ride is over, right? So I don't see no console coming. I have already gave up hope in believing that it's actually going to launch, and I know you guys are so hell bent on saying, King, shut up, they took my pre-order. So what? They got your money. They don't mean that you got the product. You didn't give them money and they put a product in your hand. No, that's called exchange of commerce into products, right? That's called a business exchange. No, what you did was just do the first form of the business exchange. Now they must come through on their end. And I'm gonna tell you right now, it's really disconcerting when I see all these influencers. We just had Jez on. He has one there. Right. So that gives me a little bit of faith that they can deliver, right? If they got enough to go around and give to YouTubers in the privacy of their own home, and they're not flying people out and sequestering them inside rooms to put them with one and don't talk to the next dude, that's kind of shady stuff going on here. We don't see them out and about.
It's controlled. It's controlled.
It's not control. It's they don't have it. And like Sovereign said, and you know what, Sovereign, you are on to something. If you don't have nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all until you have to.
That's what I was just about to say. Because at the end of the day, and again, we can only go by, this is how I look in life. You only can judge a person by their actions. Don't look at the things they're saying, you're going to say, or not saying, but look at what they're doing. And the thing about it that is, to me, very telling, when you're not willing to tell this much information this close, but you're quick to put the PlayStation information, the pre-orders, you're quick to put this stuff on, right? I can only feel that you want to get my money quickly, and then when I get it, then I'm going to discover things. But at that point, it's too late because I've already purchased, I've already pre-ordered. And again, that's the part I have to be honest, King. And normally, you know, I usually go in on you. I'm like, oh, you're going too much. But you are onto something. I don't like the way it feels. It doesn't feel good that I can't get basic questions answered. It doesn't feel
It's not
good.
Honest. None of it's been honest. None of it's been honest. They lied about exclusives.
That's what I'm saying. We just went through that with the PlayStation 4 thing. We just added, me and you got dragged over the coals about the Miles Morales, the expansion, the length of it, you know, all this stuff. And people were like, "You, how dare us question?" And again, this is not fanboy stuff. This is just you are a consumer. You are about to spend $500. You need answers on what you are purchasing. That's all this is.
It's like I said, you know, we had a huge demographic of PlayStation fans that says, look, like this whole generation, you need to be on Microsoft. Like they're not giving you the games you want. You need to be on Microsoft. You need to demand better. And it's like I was saying last night in the party. The craziest part about this, King, especially Cognito and especially King, is they in the matter of like 6 hours, they lied to you for a year and a half, told you generations, told you this, told you that, and then in the same breath that some of these, you know, people that's been telling us to do this, telling us to do that, they say this isn't right, Sony. Yo, that pre-order, where I gotta go? Like it's just like,
right.
look.
And another thing I gotta say, I don't want this excuse is just because the games are great from the past
because that has nothing to do with what we're talking about.
Yeah, well, they make great games, so I don't care if they knife me.
They can treat me this way.
Well,
yeah, like we're not doing that either.
And
like,
things,
let's be real. Okay, I'm sorry.
And you can't even talk about like the concept of games because as we've seen in the past, studios change. They don't have the consistency. How many people left Naughty Dog? Like games aren't guaranteed to be gold. Now Sony has a very way better success rate in making gold games, but it's not guaranteed. Next year is not guaranteed to what you're doing this year. A game can change from game to game, from studio to studio. They're not always going to do that, and there can always be variables that change. And leadership can change. That could change the whole company.
As King was saying, management changes.
They're not the same people.
Everything is not always the same, so we can't assume, and it's okay to question.
You know what threw up my red flag that really, I mean, because before I was just joking around, playing with the tea leaves, looking at it, right? You know what really like set it off for me? When they did the show and the bad information was coming out, and then after the show, the pre-orders went live. Like that rings to me like I'm from the hood. Okay? I'm from the hood. That rings to me like, yo, throw your money in the bag. Here, whatever you need is already in here. Yo, go get that. And then you dip off, then you look in your bag. You're like, yo, they got me. Yo,
it's the corner hustle. It's that corner hustle.
It's like, hurry up.
Yo, cop and go. Like, what's up? So when you don't have a chance to peruse the items and check and see if your joint authentic, man, instead of getting Balenciagas, you got Balenciagas. Like, I'm sorry, man. I don't trust
you. Ain't got that Gucci. You got that Gordon Gartrell. You got that Gordon Gartrell.
Yo, you get the Gucci belt with the G's on back.
You got Prado. Prado.
Yo, listen, Sovereign and I know, right? we had a hookup downtown in Chinatown, right? That had the official stuff. Right, so we go into a side room upstairs into the back,
the most grimiest place you will ever find in your life.
But they let you peruse the items. You can check and see the authenticity. You look and you all right. Now they have the shiesty joints. I'm like, you buying or not? You buying? You buying or not? Get it. And
then hurry up and pre-order limited
purchase.
Nah, man, gotta answer now.
I don't listen. I don't trust the movements. And this is not Sony. Let's keep it a buck. This is not Sony. And I know y'all want to say, but it's a pandemic, King. It's a pandemic.
That's not an excuse at this point.
It's not an excuse.
You know what? Let's before you do that, let's be real here. What this is I'm convinced that Sony was loving that ride with the PS4, and they took too long to take the PS5 into consideration, and then they panicked at the last minute. They're like, "Oh, we should have done this last year." They probably made the wrong decisions going forward to doing certain things, waiting for certain things, because obviously this is all about a waiting game. You get the price lower, et cetera, and then now they're trying to do a year and a half worth of work in 6 months.
Look, all we ask for is a little transparency, man. Let's get these super chats.
So close to the launch is absolutely necessary. Okay, so hold on a second. First off, let's welcome to the realm Lord Pickon Fusion. New member to the realm. Put them crests in the chat. Thank you for the support. Much appreciated. Hold on, I'm gonna move back to Elemental PO. We got Elemental PO with the $5 super chat. Blowing into the DualSense will both cool down and upclock the PS5 CPU.
Savage. Let me get you.
I gotta see. Your teraflop is tied to your oxygenation level.
Yes, savage. I'm gonna help you out. So
we got Jesucristo.
Oh my bad. Right. You got that one.
Oh, you could read it, but I wanted to read that.
You got to salute the Lord Sean. I remember him shouting his podcast out at FanFest last year at E3. Has been a fan of the pod since. Look, Sean.
Dude, that is awesome, man. Holy cow. Yeah, lucky to be a FanFest last year. I can't believe you remember that, man. What are the chances we're in the same room together? That's great.
Dope. Good to see.
People don't forget. Be careful.
All right. I know. We got Jonathan B with the $5 super chat talking about what Xbox might not have on the 10th. Well, I know what Sony won't have on the 12th. Your saves. Yakuza, enough memory, a console, etc. And we have That's Curly Dan with the $5 super chat. If you ain't into big girls, you ain't gonna be into PS5.
Oh my god!
He said it's the BBW of console.
Yo, damn it!
Wow, man! Wow!
Out here, wow!
Hey, wilding out here today.
Then we have Pixelbit G with the $5 super chat. I downloaded 360's Fallout New Vegas. It resumed my save file from the cloud from 10 years ago.
Wow!
How trash Sony is on the back compat at that point. Who did that for you? Yeah, it's just. I mean, it's not to say they didn't work hard to get it there, but it's just there now. That's just is.
They've been doing it a while.
Yeah, exactly. You got to put the work in. You know.
That's right.
And we got Sean.
Sony don't want to go to the gym.
Don't want to get brolic.
They skipping leg day.
Oh my god! You're a fool.
And we have Sean Murray with the $5 super chat. If you look at the Xbox store in the coming soon right now, Yakuza says Series X optimized. Okay.
No doubt.
Let's hope.
Yeah, but it doesn't say what.
Yeah, exactly.
That is true too.
It could just be.
G shot his shot hard. He said, "Don't say what though."
He said, you didn't say HDR.
Yeah, he said HDR. You ain't say what we getting. Keep that energy. I feel you, G. Keep that energy.
Yeah, feet to the fire. Let's go.
I feel that, G.
Then we have Stitch with the $2 super chat. Oh, Mario looks like he's trying to sneak out of the room.
That's why I put the GoPro right there to block him.
Oh, let me get JW's and show $20 in the chat. I had to drop a 20 spot because King said willy-nilly. I literally choked. Okay, because I was able to send this super chat. As for the cross saves, just ask the PlayStation Whisperer, Mark Cerny.
The PlayStation Whisperer.
Oh my God.
Wait till you see my
Oh, them song! Oh my God, I just caught that. That was dope.
Yes,
Wait till you see my specs. The whistle song. The whistle song. Salute.
Yo, he's crazy.
Salute, J-Dell. He's in his bag.
And we have ATL with the $5 super chat. It makes you question all those devs that said PS was easy to develop for. This show is cool. It's cooler than King's new therapy shoes.
Oh, thank you, man. And they hurt like hell.
Then we have Ayo Greggy with the $5 super chat.
Yo.
Save game transfers on PS5 reminds me of PSN ID name changes.
Mhm.
Easy in theory, but difficult for them to do.
Good trend. Yeah, good comparison.
Yeah, it's just. And we have Jean-Marc Louis with the $2 super chat. I'm selling PS4 saves. Insurance, get at me. I got you.
Yo, you got the hustle. We gonna go see. You got
the Game Shark hustle. You got
the hustle. Okay.
All right, then we got the wise old gamer with the $2 super chat. PS4 saves are in the bushes, not the cloud.
Let me get Forte again. First off, love to the $10 super chat gaming Forte from the DPS podcast. First of all, love to the ILP. Now, slow-mo, dramatic pause. I know the frustrations of having a superior co-host like myself. Good things come to good people, and our Lord has blessed you with me. Love you, Slow.
Wow.
Yo, shout out to the DPS podcast. Both co-hosts being messy.
Very
good.
And you know what, Forte? You might be on to something.
Yeah. Yo, real talk, man. DPS podcast, Gaming Forte, Slow-Mo / follow them on Twitter, follow their channels. Great guys, great chemistry, great show. Love those brothers, man. Salute to those guys.
Absolutely. Then we have Lord Mariano Pompa with the $10 super chat. Lord Karg, sorry if you've answered this. A while back, you talked about Phil's leadership. You need to see what he does when the chips are down. Where are you in his leadership? Thank you, Lord.
Good question. Yeah, shout out to Mariano. Yeah, I've had this conversation with Rand, with King. Look, man, I was very hard on Phil coming into this, especially with the Halo Infinite situation when it got delayed. Obviously, the Craig means it was really low. So to me, I don't judge people when things are great. I know he turned the brand around. I've already gave him that credit. But for me, I have to give him, as King said, that Aurelius when it came down to the Bethesda deal. Because short term, he had to do two things for me. One, short term, to put something to get the fan base confidence at launch. To me, I consider the EA Access acquisition. People are sleeping on it, but I like that. Second, he made all the third parties drop their game on November 10th. Destiny, Assassin's Creed, all these games. So to combat the Halo Infinite loss. And then the final thing where we give him the, as King would say, the Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius, was Bethesda. I've been around gaming a long time. Excuse me, not Bethesda, ZeniMax. When you make that level, I'm giving respect. I'm bending the knee to you, King. So when you make that level of transformative, game-changing acquisition, and I'm a Peter Moore guy. I'm a Sega kid. I ride with Peter Moore. But even at Peter Moore's height, he's never done a single move with that much impact. So already I have to give his leadership a tremendous A+ for turning it around in a short period of time.
Yeah,
you cannot deny Phil Dominus Maximus Spencer.
But he's still got to win the generation because I'm still holding on Peter Moore as the 360 generation is the greatest generation.
The way PlayStation is doing it, thank you.
It's looking nice for you right now. We got to see how this gen ends. But PlayStation making all these mistakes that I'm like, come on, man. Like, what's going on?
We might sweep them in 4.
Wow.
And
that's the answer to your question.
Listen. I want you to be very fearful. This is the fearful part because, and this is where I'm dead serious, right? I'm dead serious. I'm deadly serious. I don't care if they survive or not. Like, I don't care. I sat there and I watched Neo Geo become a software developer. I watched NEC go from TurboGrafx go for PC Engine to become a software developer. I've watched Sega go from a hardware developer to become a software developer. I saw Neo Geo, Electronic Arts. Remember when they was banding with them?
Yeah.
Hardware, software developer. I don't care if they survive. I want their games. So you have to rush them out and flush them out. Phil Dominus Maximus Spencer, Aurelius Spencer. It's just still getting used to it. I want you to kill them off. I don't want them around to survive, and we have parity.
What about the women and kids?
I don't care about that. I don't care about that. And I know Sony fans is like, how could you say that that's black? I want them finished. I want them out there. They can only one, and that's them. And that's it. And
what about competition breeds?
Competition is from Google and from the other dudes with big pockets. We not talk about these little pocket dudes acting like they competition.
Oh my God. They wearing slim fit jeans, King. They wearing slim fit.
I'm not worried about the slim
skinny jeans.
You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about them dudes. Listen, rush them out, get them out the door, get them out on the floor, sweep them, and then take all their titles. I want all.
So this is all about the first party taking their first party exclusive.
I want to make them a first party developer.
Oh my God!
Wow! I want to rush them out the door, sweep them, and then purchase them.
Oh my God!
And then the new God of War.
Yeah, that's he all one right now.
You know what? Everybody ain't have that same energy when Sega was getting done up. They had to switch it over, right? And I remember,
they killed your baby. They killed your baby.
Oh no,
they murdered Sega. That's what this is. This is for Sega.
I shed a tear for that. I shed a tear for that.
I want revenge. And Microsoft is the perfect foil to do this to them. I want it to happen so bad. I want to see the tears. I don't care about all that, because a lot of dudes, I'm so sick and tired of being a dude that got to turn the other cheek. I'm not turning the other cheek no more, man.
Oh, be nice. Don't kumbaya.
The old book, eye for an eye.
Oh my God! You mean the New Testament of the book of that.
And I want Microsoft to take you out. I want Microsoft to get y'all off the planet. And I know y'all saying, but they can't become in the monopoly. Let's see what happens if they.
Oh my God!
Wow! King over here condoning Hammurabi's law, like
he's got the 48 laws of power.
What happens when they got total control? I just want.
Let's see when that monopoly happens. Continue.
All right, we have JW and Shill with the $2 super chat. You don't have the Jordans, you got the Habibs.
Yo, remember that? Oh, did we salute Pecan Fusion?
Yes, we did.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we got him. And we have Smitty Smith with the $2 super chat. Oh boy, PS5 looking fugazi.
You know about that fugazi.
The PlayStation logos upside down.
S is backwards.
Oh. Sean is enabling them.
We have Michael Askew with the $5 super chat. Has anybody at the table had their PS5 pre-order canceled or delayed?
Not yet. I'm good so far.
I got all four of mine is still good.
Yeah. What else you got?
And we have Regulator with the $5 super chat. PS5 is so big, it's going to be like riding a scooter. It's fun to your friends catch you riding it.
Wow. Sean Murray.
You put that. You got to put pause in there. Stop that.
Sean Murray, $2 super chat. Yes, it does. It says 60 frames per second plus HDR 4K. I'm looking at it right now.
Is it highlighted though? Like
he's talking about the Yakuza? He's talking about the Yakuza optimization? That's what he's talking about. What you talking about, Sean Murray? Let us know.
Put that link in the chat, man, because Lord Gene wants to know.
I gotta get Ray. Let me get this one. Ray G4 to follow super chat. Sony, you want your saves? We have a console for you. It's called PlayStation 4. Wow. Dom Matrick voice album.
Oh my God. Then we have Lord Jonathan B with the $5 super chat. King is like, sink the entire ship. I don't care who's left on it. Captain Philip Spencer. I'm the captain now.
Savage.
Unbelievable, man. We have Fastback OG, the NOG podcast own Fastback with the $5 super chat. Sup, my lords, no doubt games on PS5 will be good, but not excited for it now. PS5 has to compete with Series S because the Series X is on another level. Yeah, we got further confirmation. Shout out to dealer who confirming what he's been talking about for a very long time, that there is a significant performance delta between the Series X and the PS5 that is just now. It's not just now coming to light, but people are just acknowledging it now.
Teraflops.
Then we have Michael, aka Best Eyes Finest, with the $2 super chat. King, if Sony dies, they die. If they die, they die.
They got Drago voice.
The Drago voice.
Shout out to my brother Boomstick XL, Double Barrel Gaming. Y'all already know. $5 super chat. Let's go, ILP. My favorite show on Sunday. Thank you, brother. Was anyone else disappointed with the Japanese YouTube showing? It seemed very controlled. King, that's our guy.
Well, I think the moment we found out, it was just Japanese influencers, we knew that was going to be controlled, because you only reach out to Japanese influencers when you want them to come to one location.
Well, the reason why he asked this question is because I'm pretty sure that he addressed this question on Friday with Breakfast with Boom, that I'm usually on most of the time, but I wasn't able to do it this week. So he's asking me the question because he knew my answer was going to be, hell yeah, Boom. It was going to be in a controlled environment like we said. Hell yeah, Boom. It's going to make sure that they was in a room feeling isolated like they had to answer the questions. And second, when you do something of that nature, the person feels like, wow, I'm chosen. You have picked me. You've taken me here. You've brought me. Why am I alone? Like, why am I alone? Why is the door locked? Help! Answer the questions correctly. You have gained access to the next room of home.
This is funny. We have this with the $5 in the chat. The Soldier Boy console had more hands-on than the PS5.
Yo, that is dead.
I get watch it. Then we have Sin Vendetta with the $5 super chat. Wait, has Sony showed you how to turn on the PS5 yet? Oh wait, do we have to blow into the controller to turn it on?
They messy.
Oh my god!
You're sitting there like.
All right. So we all caught up. So
we won't start.
I think we got all rocks off with this topic, right?
Definitely. So, which one are we doing? Are we doing Mario Kart next?
Yeah, we're switching Mario Kart next. Yeah.
Okay. So we got Mario Kart Home Circuit got another sort of video breaking down exactly more of the gameplay, how you're going to set it up in your house. And King, this is your topic, and I was very surprised to see you. You know how you do when it comes to Switch stuff, but you do always acknowledge when Nintendo's genius at times, and you were very excited for this. So talk about it.
Yo, this is Switch coming in hot.
What? We giving King. Remember, this King topic, y'all. Don't come for COG. This is not a cognito topic.
This is literally the greatest invention to video games.
Wow.
And I know you're sitting there like, shut up, you capping. Yeah, okay. Right. Well, this is what they did. You know how normally you get a RC control, RC race car, and you got to imagine your own, track. And sometimes you set up your own obstacles. And you're like, yeah, you're playing imagination. So what Nintendo did was they removed the remote controller and made it just Switch, right? And they used the same Labo cardboard that we've been laughing at them about, but they have been keeping childhoods alive across the world. And especially in this pandemic, you can set up an obstacle course with your RC car that comes with a capable camera on it, on your Mario, is a whole Mario Kart, and through your Switch, you control it, and it sets up the world. You're playing real life Mario Kart in your house. I would have died for this as a child. And I think, first, I know this is going to outsell the PlayStation 5. This is going to outsell the Xbox Series X and the Series S. This is going to be the #1 seller this holiday season. If they can keep this thing in stock, it will not stay on shelves. I'm definitely buying this for my son. And if he doesn't play with it, you're going to see me right there playing with my Switch in the basement alone.
You and Mario.
I waited for this damn near my whole life, and somebody in Nintendo just brought it to life.
Let's get Sean Capri on this because he's got the. I need to know what he thinks about this.
I was blown away, man. I'm kind of with King on this. I think it's going to be a huge seller, and it's such a like when you see it, it's like, well, yeah, of course, like that's what Mario Kart should be in like a physical kind of world.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I'm getting it or not though, because I'm also kind of cheap with my kids. We get stuff like secondhand and stuff. Like they play with things for a couple seconds. Like my son's 3. Named him Lincoln, so we could call him Link. You know, like true Nintendo fans. We got Ellie as my daughter, so you know, PlayStation fanboy as well. So I don't know if it's going to be like this year, but like that is. I just kind of want to see where they go with it because the concept I think looks really, really good. Little pricey for the 3-year-old, but I think it's amazing, dude.
How much is it?
I thought it was $100. I think it was
what 100? I'm getting 2
for a 3-year-old. I'm just saying, like,
I feel it. See,
for what it is, I think it's a great.
Yeah,
no doubt. We're gonna get Gene. What, Gene?
Well, you know, I'm sold on it. King's got me sold on it. I'm thinking like, how stupid is this thing? And then I realized my nephews and nieces are getting Switches for Christmas this year. It's like, oh well, now I know what to get them.
you know, and is it a curiosity factor in your heart just to touch it, just to play it once, just to set up a track once, just to take yourself back to 13, 15-year-old Gene, just to set up a track? Because I know we all made our little obstacle courses with our little G.I. Joes or whatever the hell we had, our little men or whatever, and to actually realize it in this VR world and have a remote control car going through the courses and then having the enemies attack you, and when it hits the car, your car stops or it spins out. It's amazing. These guys, Nintendo are geniuses.
It looks like it's sold out everywhere.
What?
No, it's not.
It was up.
I didn't know you could buy it.
Oh, okay. Maybe I'm wrong, but I see you can't buy it, so I'm just like, it's sold out.
Oh God. You broke it.
Lord Addict, how you feeling about this?
Addict, you better say the right thing.
Look, man, Mario Kart 8 already exists. If I wanted to go and create something, that's cool. But like, I already got my Mario Kart 8 out of me. I don't really care about this. But you know, King, that's on you. That's you. Good man. Go for it.
It's so sad. It's so sad that this 48-year-old man is so enthusiastic about going and playing in the dirt with his little cardboard, and this young 20-something-year-old kid is just sitting there saying, "I don't care. Go knock yourself out."
No, I mean,
live your glory days.
I was playing Mario Kart when it came out, and I enjoyed it, but I got it out of my system. That's fine. Maybe you didn't get it out of your system. Continue playing.
Okay, you said you played Mario Kart, right?
Yeah.
And did you ever envision what this would look like if you was ever like playing in the real world, like have it out? Like you never had that thought? Did it ever cross your mind? Like never, nothing?
Not really. Like I'm a very creative person when it comes to stuff like that, but you know, I guess.
Could you imagine the tracks you can make? You're a creative person.
I tried the Mario Maker thing, and I ended up trading it in because I didn't care anymore. So like, I guess when it just comes to stuff like that, like it's a cool concept, but the creative part of me is dying. And the addict world part of me is increasing. So, so you know,
I'm gonna mail it to you. You gotta keep that creative addict alive.
Get out of here with your creativity. Give me a finished product. That's what I want.
Look, man. What's crazy is you're the one that doesn't like playing trials and doing their job for you, and they literally letting you do their job for you. Like we ain't even gonna make it, King. Here's the tools you make.
Yo, you know what it is? I purchased Tracks Night Glow Racing. And I used to put together racing tracks in my living room, my cousin and I. And when the wildest invention that they made was when they was able to suspend gravity and go up walls. So we put the race track in, because before we was limited to just the floor. And then they made it that had a bend in the track and it can go up walls and they defy gravity. They made the magnets stronger. And we would purchase new little racing cars and we would sit there on predetermined tracks and race each other all day long. Now it has released the shackles. I mean, it doesn't go up the walls, but your living room is literally, this is Toy Story for real.
Living room.
This is it. Like Nintendo has a level of creativity and reckless abandon when it talk. They are feverishly trying to keep Creative Addict alive. Like they're pumping juices to him. You said $100. I'm buying one and sending it to Addict, and I'm like, please, Addict,
send one to me. I'll actually play it.
No, man, you know, King wants to get to try to keep the Creative Addict alive. I mean, Creative Addict,
you're setting that. You're setting
free
that
99
with no
is
online infrastructure.
It has no online infrastructure.
Wait till it's my turn.
Keep that at GameStop. Keep that at GameStop.
Wait till it's my turn.
Like you know what? I think that's the biggest thing that I just don't like about about Nintendo. I'm a huge fan of their games, but it's just like they don't want me playing it with my friends. Like Mario Party.
The Sony type of environment where we're only going to talk good things and show good things about the console. So, at any point in time,
it's just like when it comes
is off.
When it comes to Mario Party, like I love that game. I love the mini games. Like I like Fall Guys, but it can't replace Mario Party. And I'm very frustrated that a game like Fall Guys did something like on a massive scale like that before even Nintendo did. Like Nintendo let someone else take their shine from party games. Like it just blows my mind. And you know, I was a little bit behind on making the tracks. That's cool. But you know, Cognito over here telling me there ain't no online. Like why would I? What am I gonna do? Like am I gonna make an online track and then invite people over to my house to play? Like am I gonna go over to like a Subway or something? Like everyone just play, please look at my track. Like,
Wait, Addict, did you call time on yourself, or was that Cog?
that was King.
It's not about you and your friends across the world. Like right now, it's about.
I feel like have you guys seen this? Have you guys seen his camera turn off any of this? Because I feel like this isn't the same King. This isn't the King during the Xbox topic.
This is King's topic.
I saw it and literally
when you realize what it is.
I was like,
when I realized what it is, that's when I'm like, I don't want it. Like,
but when I saw it, I said, "New Mario Kart." Well, I said that looked real as hell. I said, the resolution. I said, "Is the new Switch hitting the streets?" And I saw what they was doing, and I yelled from the living room, "Babe, come here! Babe, look at this!" And I restarted the video, and I said, "That looked real as hell, right?" She was like, "Yeah, that looked like a living room. They doing real good."
Hold on, what's this thing called? Let me look up this trailer. What's this thing called?
How many cats and dogs are you getting active?
Mario Kart Live Home Circuit. Yeah, I said, look,
yeah, let's go to Cog. Let's go.
Mario Kart Live.
Yeah, Mario Kart Live Home Circuit.
All right, I will do my research, and I'll be right back.
Be right back. So, look, here's the thing. You know, one thing about Nintendo is they definitely think outside the box, right? They always do something that we say, you know, wow, like who even thought about that, right? And on straight face value, what this thing is doing is definitely unique. You're doing the racetrack thing. It's like a, you know, augmented reality kind of thing, and it's physical with the toys. I get it. But then when you start peeling the layers of how you do this, and it's like, okay, so now I got to pay $100 for this thing. You know, in order for two people to play, they have to have their own copy, their own Switch, right? And this thing. Then we go physically set up the thing. And I'm like, okay, I could listen. This is not for me. Let's just put this out there. But into King's defense, I know this is going to sell. Like, this is one of those things that I look at Nintendo like, why? Like, who? Why and who is this for? But like Labo, proving Cog wrong once again. Like, it sells. I know that this thing seems like the most craziest thing to me. Like, no one's gonna want it, but I know it's gonna sell. It was just funny to me when it came out. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, you know, I think the online infrastructure would have been nice, but I do see the little AR stuff. It's just one of those. It's Nintendo being Nintendo with ingenuity. But for me, I'm just like, I don't know any other major manufacturer that could get away with this.
It's for kids. It's the whole like RC car thing. And you know, even the more I think about it, Lincoln is playing games now. He's playing Mario 3D World. We give him the Wii U. It's perfect for him.
Right.
But he does the zombie thing. Talking about addict, like he does the when he's playing, he is locked in, and you're like Lincoln, and you're like shaking him. You're like snap out of it. This snaps him out of it. I kind of like that. It's like let's play with something that's Mario that is Nintendo, but it's not like stare at a screen, you know, for hours on end.
All right, so
now that you suck, because Nintendo Guru's on you. He said you didn't even watch it.
I watched like a minute and a half of it. This is straight in the bushes. This is straight in the bush.
Why is it straight in the bushes, Addict?
Like I at first I thought you guys were talking about like, you know, a genuine. You make a track, you get a play, you get to upload it, kind of like Mario Maker.
Yeah.
But this is some gimmick stuff ain't nobody gonna do. Like, this is like one of those things where it's like, play in your house. What? Like, no. I try to go home to play games on a screen. Like, I ain't trying to have a race in my house. Like,
you won't purchase a Switch for Zach, and you and Zach can get your tracks on in the ground.
Get my tracks on. Who says things like this?
Y'all not gonna sit Indian style on the floor of your house?
Indian style?
You know what? I'm just too.
You know, I'd rather play Tetris.
I'm the oldest child in the world.
I'd rather play Tetris than whatever this is. And you know,
I went to Amazon and I just saw that they have a Mario edition now. What that tells me right there, the collector in me with all the amiibos, they just told me they're gonna have a Yoshi edition. They're gonna have a Luigi edition.
My God.
They're gonna have a Peach edition.
It's gonna sell like hotcakes.
They're gonna make bread.
Hold on, let me interrupt. Gaming Forte in the chat. He says, I don't know podcast. I have shout out to him, shout out to GameStop. I have 54 copies of that game pre-ordered at my store. He said many people buying 2 copies. Again, I look at it, I'm like, how? And that's why I don't even doubt Nintendo anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, things that I think are crazy.
So clearly they good. Like, you know,
I'm just like, wow. Like, it's gonna sell.
They're literally even if it doesn't work well. Like, I appreciate their ingenuity. Nintendo are toy makers. Bottom line, at the end of the day, they're the mad toy makers, and I appreciate it. And they always do things to speak to the different sections of their user base, whether adults or whatever. They're always going to take care of the kids. But what gets me is like, yo, dude, you're still having issues with like Joy-Con drift.
According to Nintendo, it's not a real
not an issue.
Not an issue. I can tell you right now, I'm playing Hades, and Zagreus be running back and forth by himself sometimes because he just does his own thing. So yeah, Joy-Con drift is real. Imagine you driving this car around and your Joy-Con is doing whatever it feels like doing. And it's like, but again, they know how to make money hand over fist. If that's what they know, this is what they know how to do. They may not know internet, they may not know a lot of things. They know how to make money.
He said they may not know internet.
You said it like it's a software development. Like it's so complex.
like they programming in C. They don't know internet. Yo, you're out of control.
Yo, this topic was great. I gotta give King credit, man. Oh, this is hilarious.
King, there is a Luigi edition.
Yes.
You see,
for another $100.
That's what I'm talking about. Like, man, as a child, I would have. Do you understand?
As a child, our childhood would have went crazy with
it. Do you see my basement is a reflection of me not letting go?
We come from the hot tracks, the RC cars. We come from that era. So our generation as kids would have loved to have something like this.
Those cars were 25 cents each.
Yeah, absolutely. It's just I'm surprised that they're able to do this stuff with this generation of kids, and you know that not really playing in the house no more. Like
these adults buying this.
Yeah, these generations are online and YouTube and Twitch. So it just surprising to me that they still are able to resonate no matter what they do.
I agree with King though. I think it is the adults buying it to try to force their children away from the screens. Like,
no. Listen. I showed my son it, right?
Yeah.
He's like, went right upstairs to go play Doom Eternal. he went right upstairs to play Doom Eternal. He's like, yeah, whatever, old man. And I don't care. Like I'm not gonna buy it for him anyway. So
this is your purchase.
I said I'm gonna buy it for him, but I also told you I'm gonna be downstairs in the basement playing by myself. So when I'm gonna put up a video,
he's gonna be Indian style on the
Indian style.
He's gonna be Indian style on that floor behind him, going in a circle around Mario over and over.
I want to.
He's gonna set the tracks up around Mario.
Yeah,
I want to see when the car refuses to stay on the track, and it refuses because I'm
look, man. It's like I said. I don't question. So I don't question Nintendo anymore. They sold their fans. They sold their fans cardboard. They sold their fans cardboard. Nintendo can do anything.
They're at this point, yeah.
Time out. You ain't gonna front. Like when we
is he really about to cap?
He's really about this life.
We went to play New York, Playcraft.
I know we want to be more positive on Nintendo from time to time, but man, he's taking this to the heart.
I remember going to Playcraft New York, and when they had that Labo section, remember, Cod?
Yes.
And the dude was playing the piano on the joint, and I just looked at him, and he just blew me the hell away. Like he blew me away. Like he had one of those real
time.
Yo, you can hate all you want. You want your creativity to die, and that little addict inside of you is like, "Don't let me die."
That was a great time.
Yo, all of y'all in the chat, remember this moment because you're not gonna see a lot of.
This is rare from King. Soak this up before we move on. This is
King. I usually agree with you on most things, especially Xbox related. But this ain't it, fam. This ain't it.
Let's transition to the super chats because we have
super chats and final topic, please.
We have a couple of consenting opinions on that.
Yes.
We have JW Show with the $5 super chat. Jim Ryan. 8-2 Phil Dominus Maximus Aurelius Spencer as Phil proceeds to engage in multiple shanks. So we got a little Julius Caesar and Brutus going on there. Then we have the wise old gamer with the $5 super chat. King, you seem wary of the PS5. Do you have issues handling extra thick girls?
Wow.
Let me help you. First, you take the blue pill, and then the bone.
Yo, he won't stop. That's okay.
Wow.
Savage.
Wow.
You know what?
In the bone cream.
The blue pill, the bone cream.
Shout out to Jez.
Then we have Cedric H. the $10 super chat. P.S. You want those saves? Check out our OnlyFans for that premium content.
Squirrely dead, Canadian $5. Last time I had to blow into something to make it work was the NES.
Oh
Step up the game, Sony. Wow.
Then we have Lord Snaldo with the $10 super chat. Sup wanted to show some support this Sunday. Keep up the good work. P.S. King have needs sent to solve since there's no slide card reader on the PS5. Thank you, Snaldo.
I don't know about that, man. I low key.
I have video proof. I have video proof.
I don't know, so
I low key
I think you
I
might be.
low key think he getting your knees. Like
I said, I never agreed to any stipulations. Whatever he
Look at Saul getting out of it.
I low key think, man.
because see, this is the thing is,
Look, hold on.
everybody has like a million stipulations that I never agreed to.
Hold on. Get real quick. Everybody in the chat, if you think King got Saul's knees, put a 1.
Who do
if
y'all
you
think
think
won?
Saul got King's knees, put a 2.
If y'all don't put it in color, it don't count.
Oh my God, yo, Saul is savage.
You are doing the best impersonation of the president that I've ever seen in my life.
Bro, he on it. Let's go. Shout out to High Loads Game without that. I just got to shout out High right quick. Loads Game without that. He's buying the Mario Kart home circuit for his almost 4 years old, but he said low key, I'm playing it myself. Yo, shout out to High Loads Game without that. The building.
All right. I told Sovereign this is about the knees with Sovereign losing them, right? And yo, there it goes. Is in color.
It was good. All right, let's finish the chat. Drunken Ninja, $5 super chat. Wow. Sony just confirmed if your breath stinks, the controller will lock itself and shut down off when the blow it. Wow.
There we got Stitch with the $5 super chat. King, 99.99% of the time I'm in your corner, but right now is where the 0.01% goes up. Throw yourself into the bushes.
Throw yourself in the bushes. Get him, Stitch. See, thank you. You was coming for me thinking it was my topic.
It could be in color, but it still don't count. Thank you, though. I appreciate it.
Well, bad people. What's the number one represent that they coming for Saul?
Soft knees is good.
Oh, they said everybody said 1.
That's all good. I didn't stipulate any of that.
Yo, tell me how my man Scrub Nerds put in color 1.
Color 1, Squirrely Dan 1, Solve Stitch 1, Spitty Spit. Everyone wants your knee, Solve.
Yeah, because I haven't had to bend the knee for anything. So I have to eat this. I'm not eating this.
Solve refusing to the end. Are we all caught up?
I did not stipulate any of this. Yes, we're caught up. Thank you. Thank you for your donations, all of you.
Oh my God. Last topic. This will be good.
This is my topic. Gentlemen, we're 5 weeks away from the conclusion of the 8th generation of consoles. Ooh. The 9th generation is upon us. And the 8th generation, let's just say there's been a lot to talk about. And as the next couple of weeks go on, we'll probably have a little retrospective and talk about all the things that happened this generation. But today I just want to talk about what are your guys' 10 best games of the generation? The one you really
10 is a lot, man. I feel like we should just dedicate a whole show to this at this point.
Almost.
Look, what I suggest we do.
Just 3 per person.
We just go over like your favorite game. And at the end of the year, we do a whole show dedicated like the top 10, like a whole show dedicated to the top 10.
All right, so let's go through 5, right? Or top 5, and just talk about it really quickly. Lord King David with the $5 super chat. 1, damn it. Then we have Kaibatsu. You better watch what you say, bro. Lord Kaibatsu with the $5 super chat. OG Bet was no free back compat at all. Bet is already lost with PS4 to PS5 free upgrade. Ha ha ha! Thank you. Blood is sticking in water.
Look at Kyle defending his brother.
The bet was if I put in any disc and it don't work back compat.
Once again, that was the stipulation that I said no to.
Okay. What we'll do is we will pin this bend the knee, and we'll have someone go back and look up the speculations to what happened. It won't be Attic, but it'll be someone, and we'll figure out what happened.
I have Kaibatsu on that. Don't worry about that.
Oh, he got the video proof.
No, because every time I ask him to show me where I said that, he refuses.
I don't refuse. I know what I said, so I know what it is.
But if you're right, then why not show me?
I'm right. I don't need to go back.
Solve. Listen, man. Solve. I got one thing to say to you, Solve. I got one thing to say to you. I got one thing to say to you, Solve. He said what he said.
You're gonna have to say what I said.
Let's go. Come on.
Let's get to this topic. Let's go with our guest first. Let's go with Lord Sean Capri first.
Okay, I just need to say that I wasn't prepared for this at all. So this is gonna be no. All good.
And you can always change when you come back.
Let's just do 3 because it'll take forever to go through 5.
5 is easy.
5 is easy. We don't have to go.
I don't even have 2 to be honest.
We don't have to.
You got to. Come on, stop.
What do you want me to just list them, or like what do you guys?
Yeah,
want?
absolutely.
Just list them. I think honestly the one that I spent the most time with that like completely changed my opinion on like the overall franchise, which is one that's been along for a long time, was Assassin's Creed Odyssey. I think might be my favorite game this entire gen. That thing I probably put 120 hours into, which is very much not like me. There's a lot of other games pulling at my attention. But like I went with Cassandra across all of Greece. I did all the things. I met Testicles and his whole adventure.
Testicles.
I thought that game was awesome, and that has me so excited for the next one.
What's up?
What the hell did Wilmy Hood just say?
Wilmy said $20 super chat. Put that knee bending as a Patreon tier. I got you, King.
You know what though? You know what's funny? I'm in charge of Patreon.
The Iron Bake is savage.
Yeah, I'm sorry. He just scared me because there's something inside that thing that I'm trying.
You thought he did something else.
Yeah, we thought he did something else. We thought Wilmy's been known to debo the Lord.
Sorry.
Look. He shook a little bit there.
No, I was about to just leave.
There's only one man that puts fear in the Iron Lords, and that is Will B. Hood.
I was just about to just leave.
So you know what's funny? Before we found out people like Wilmy existed, I'm so glad I didn't put nothing ridiculous on that Patreon, man. I'm so glad I didn't put nothing ridiculous.
He'll make you do it, then look you in the eye and say, "I did that to you."
And no, and he trolls me actively.
Yes. Shout out to Wilmy. He's the best.
All right.
All right, so let's go.
Lord Sean, so the rest of your list.
All right, I'll keep going. Forza Horizon 3 was a game that I got up at 5 in the morning to play before work. I wanted to put hours into that game the entire time. And then on Sony Land, Bloodborne. I know there's some people are kind of like, this is the game of the generation. And my friend, Mr. Badbit, game of the generation, he's keeping track of the days since that game came out. That was the one that introduced me. I remember I was playing that game, just kind of, Brian Lotano from IGN, he had his old experience, or just something clicked. I had the very similar experience, not understanding it, going playing for hours, and then I got it, and I just understood, and that was like such a rewarding experience for me. I think it looks great. I think it plays great. Rocket League is something that people kind of overlook too, because now it's like free to play, and I played a bunch of that game. I'm having trouble kind of landing on the fifth one, man. Like I know a lot of people are throwing like Breath of the Wild out there, but I don't know if that's like, is that this generation? Because we're talking about
this
like,
generation.
This generation is ending, and Switch is kind of going on, man. Yeah, I don't know. I'll throw in a shout out to Dragon Age Inquisition. I love my BioWare games, and I really like that game in 2014.
Good one. That was a good one. Absolutely. Lord Gene.
I am gonna say Breath of the Wild because
Switch coming in hot.
It's definitely one of my favorite games of all time. Yakuza 0 kind of got things started with me in Yakuza. The Witcher 3, one of the greatest games ever made. And a game called Minute that's on every platform. I think it's on Game Pass right now, MINIT. It's a Zelda-like game. It's one of my favorite games ever made by a small team of 3 or 4 people. Absolutely fantastic. You die every 60 seconds. It's like a really cool concept. And then I'd say Spider-Man, in no order. They did a beautiful recreation of Manhattan. I had to put down the controller and cry one time when I saw my office in the game. It was so awesome. This building I worked in Manhattan, absolutely. And the recreation of Grand Central Station, Spider-Man, pretty unbelievable. And the story and the villains reminded me of the cartoon from the '90s, and that was everything I wanted out of that game.
Nice. So I can get this over with.
Yes, please.
I would have to say Persona 5, even though I still haven't beat that game.
I know it.
I'd have to say Final Fantasy VII Remake. I would have to say XCOM, The Chosen.
Whoa, my man, let's go.
That's 3. I can't give it to Zelda. I think is a good game, but it's not a good Zelda game. I think I can't give it to Odyssey. I'm gonna give it to God of War. I'm gonna give it to God of War.
Strong. First God of War, that's strong.
And Bloodborne.
Yeah, nice. That's strong.
No, I'm going to take that back. Sekiro Shadow Dies Twice. I think that's slightly.
So you got Sekiro over Bloodborne?
Yeah, I think that's slightly better than Bloodborne. Just because the audio design. I think the audio design in Sekiro, when you're blocking those moves and you hear that clink, 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 it feels like a legit like a battle. Like Bloodborne, it just felt like I'm hitting a big object that I just see health coming down.
The monsters in Bloodborne, the setting, holy cow. Yeah.
He said you sweating Sony too much.
Sweating Sony too much. Who's going in on
He used other words. I can't.
Who said that?
Nintendo Guru always be coming for you.
Oh, Nintendo.
Squirrely Dan.
What did I say that upsets you? What did I say that upsets you?
Too many Sony games in there.
Too many Sony games? Well, I'm sorry. Sony making the gold. They making the gold. It's not my fault. It's not. You're going to have to talk to Microsoft and Nintendo. Maybe if they up their game, they'd be more of those games on that list. But it's not my fault.
All right, who's up?
Let's go with you, Cog.
I'm biased, so we got to have. I know you're going to say, it's Destiny. Yeah, Destiny 2 Forsaken is one of the greatest expansions they've ever made. Shout out to the Dreaming City.
People
shout out
say
to
time. You guys are
they
ridiculous.
time all they want. Shout out to the Last Wish.
They're timing me.
Oh, they're timing you. Yeah. Shout out to the Last Wish raid. I thought that raid was amazing, and the fact that when you beat the main campaign of Forsaken,
Destiny 2, but I just
it transformed into another game. The Dreaming City is one of the most beautiful Tolkien experiences ever. So that I forgot this game on my list yesterday when they was doing that top 4 stuff. Inside.
I forgot about it.
Is one of my games of the generation.
Yes.
as a kid who came from games like Another World and stuff like that, where it's environmental storytelling and you don't know what's going on, and the game has one of the best extra endings that make you interpret it a whole different way. So Inside is one of my joints. Gotta shout out Addict, XCOM 2, baby, the best turn-based ever.
That Chosen, it just on another level. On another level. It was neither between that or Destiny, and I've enjoyed Destiny probably more than XCOM. But when I was playing XCOM, I was playing XCOM,
and it was difficult. The story was great. The character development was great, and it's the best turn-based game.
There's nothing better than getting destroyed at the beginning,
that
and then when you start turning the war around, it's like, oh, where's those Chosen now?
It's the Dark Souls turn-based, right? Like, because it really does not, like, you have to survive. So anyway, enough of that. Another game I forgot on my top 4, Titanfall 2.
Oh, yes.
Titanfall, first of all, Respawn are the guys. Those are my guys. Titanfall 1 was amazing. We only just complained about the narrative. And boy, did they do a narrative. With BT and the relationship with your Titan. Also, the online was amazing. Last Titan standing, the variations of the different type of Titans. I mean, Titanfall, I cannot wait for the third one. That's why I get mad when I see Apex Legends. But Titanfall 2, that's up there. And the last one, of course, I got to say, my man Guru's in here. Yeah, Breath of the Wild, man. Breath of the Wild made me believe in Nintendo.
I couldn't give it to him, man.
This is my list. Time. This is my list. Time. So, like I was saying, the reason why is, as a Sega kid, I never really was a Nintendo guy like that, you know. And after the Wii U, King knows, I laughed. I stopped buying Nintendo consoles since since the GameCube. Yep. I was like, I'm not buying a Wii. That's a gimmick. I'm not buying a Wii U. Don't like it. I refused. King saw when I took my stance against Nintendo because there was no third party and I didn't like the games. When I saw Breath of the Wild, that was a console experience. Then on the go, it was just amazing. The open world nature, do anything, go anywhere, climb anywhere, no restrictions. You could even go to the end of the game at the start of the game if you wanted to. Like, the game truly was transformative. It made me believe in Nintendo. It made me become a fanboy of Nintendo. Like, that singular game. Like, I'd never forget it, man. And salute the King for putting me onto Amiibos. I never forgot I bought that wolf Amiibo for that game, so I can have that little wolf around me during the difficult parts in the beginning.
That's right.
So salute to Amiibos and Nintendo getting all my money for Breath of the Wild. I gotta give it up.
No doubt. Lord King.
First game, Rise, Son of Rome.
Rise, Son of Wow.
Because that made me.
He's gonna put one PlayStation game
Sunset
in this list to
Overdrive.
give it. To give them a bone.
It made me go absolutely ape crap to get it. Like, the game still looks phenomenal to this day. I don't even understand what level of technology they was working with and why they wasn't purchased. To this day, I don't get it. It doesn't make any sense. Destiny.
Woo!
Destiny as a whole.
Ooh!
Destiny as a whole, because it has consumed my gaming life. Like,
Actual.
I it's not a week that don't go by that I don't put in at least 40 hours in that game.
On that list?
Yo, I almost put up my juice.
Shut up. So, third game.
Let's go.
Third game. Spider-Man.
Yeah, that one. That makes you beat Addict. That made Addict bend the knee.
It wasn't even about Addict. It was about when Sony showed the trailer. I said, hell no, there's no possible way they can ever achieve anything like that. And you know, that scene when he's jumping through the store, that they never achieved that scene. But the aspects of the game that they did achieve, it was outrageous. It was Spider-Man. It was the best Spider-Man that we've ever received in game form. So yeah, Spider-Man stands out. That's my third.
Okay, two more.
My fourth is The Last of Us 2.
I knew you was gonna. Yeah, that's your joint.
I'm talking about
Told you the freebie.
Oh my God.
So quaking emotion, me crying in front of the television and not wanting to choose something.
Mm.
Like me dreading the outcome of a video game, hands down, that is the best developer in anyone's stable, and I can understand why people feel as long as you got that bullet in your chamber, you got it. And the fifth game, it's purely on how it makes me feel. I was so done with Resident Evil. Like, I was done with Resident Evil. Even the remakes, I was done with the whole thought process of it. And I really had a time to sit there and think about this game to be my number 5. Resident Evil 7 creeps me out in a level that it's I know for some they may say, nah, King, I like this. Okay, that's good for you. This joint is really plausible. Right. It goes back to old horror films like Texas Chainsaw Massacre and the Blair Witch. It takes you to these really visceral.
So like the glob creatures didn't bother you much?
You said what?
Like the creatures, like how they like black glue, like that.
That's
it. I thought it was a good game though. There's no denying that it was a good game.
You know, that stuff is Resident Evil stuff to it, but to give it that extra layer of plausibility with the maniac stuff that's happening to it, and to add their Resident Evil flavor, the way to reinvent IP, I think they did it perfectly. And I'm really anticipating Resident Evil 8 if this is the direction that they choose to be in, and I think it seems like that. So I'm forcing myself to finish this game because the level of horror and fear I have sliding through a wall, knowing that I have to get to this. I was in a tunnel, right? And I don't mean to go on this tangent, but it scared the hell out of me. I'm getting away from this lady. She's chasing me. There's no weapons that you have. You're just trying to escape. And I'm in this crawl space looking for a way out. And the lights is turning off around me. And I thought my console messed up. I said, what the hell just happened here? And then the lady pops out of the dark with the light in my face and said, "No!" I dropped my controller and screamed.
You know one of the craziest parts about that game was though, King, is when you can get your hand cut off and they sew it back on. Like I remember when I played that game that she cut my hand off and I picked it up. I'm like, that's mine. Like,
you gotta play that in VR with the lights off. It's amazing.
Oh hell no! I don't need that type of evil in my life.
You know, if we talk about VR Resident Evil, the first thing I am doing with my life is screaming time.
I purchased it. I purchased that VR. That was the best VR game, period, for them, right? When I put my head inside the VR space and I looked around, I said, oh, hell no. And then I put it back in and I looked around. I'm playing the game and my girl touched my hand while I was playing.
See, the thing is, man, is
last time I played that game.
When it comes to playing, like I got creeped out playing that like without VR. Like I'm too white to play that with my blood pressure. Like I would end up having a heart attack. Like
yeah, this is true. It's absolutely true. The most horrifying game for me this generation. And I'm pretty sure people have other stuff. I haven't tried it, but this is it. That's my 5.
No doubt. Solve.
Let me finish out here. Yeah,
let's get it, man.
So my number 5, and I have to concur with Cog on this. Inside.
And feel free, the chat. Definitely put your top 5 in the chat.
Definitely put your top 5 in the chat. Inside for me, the jump that Playdead made from Limbo to Inside was absolutely bonkers to me. That game, people wonder, like, it's a small game, and you wonder why that game took 6 years to make. It's because every aspect of that game, every little piece of that game was created specifically to do one thing. There aren't any reused assets. It's really like, it almost feels like a very story-based game where frame to frame, screen to screen, it's telling you a story.
Yes.
so they had to account for you being able to do different things in those scenarios while still doing exactly what they wanted you to do and not affecting the pacing of the story and the pacing of when things happen to you. That game is bonkers.
Yo, bro, Inside's so amazing. I show that to non-gamers and they get into that game and they love it. And they're like, yo, what is this? I just picked it up on this, so I picked it up on mobile or whatever. But continue.
And the ending is one of those things that just makes you say, what?
Yup, mind blown. Yeah,
definitely mind blown. One of the top games of the generation. Number 4 for me is God of War.
Oh, yeah, first God of War. There you go.
God of War. They took a character that I was sort of done with. I was sort of done with the angry Kratos, kind of angry for the sake of being angry. And I was done with that combat too. I know King, doesn't agree, but I was sort of done with that combat. So what they did with this game, in terms of making him a character that I felt about, like an adult type character that's actually going. If you think about the stuff that Kratos did in his life, it's logical that he would feel this way, right? And I just think it was a beautifully made game. I love the combat. Yes, there was a lot of repetition in the enemies, and I hope in the next one they sort of rectify that. But beyond that, I love everything about that game. That's one of the few platinums I do have on a PlayStation.
And it's a single camera the whole time.
Yeah,
like the whole journey is like there's no cuts. It's that's really remarkable.
The single shot camera is something that you don't notice unless they tell you about it, and then once you do know about it, you can't unsee it. And it's like, wow, like really, like every single they never break away from the action, and I think it gives it an intimacy that a lot of games don't have for that reason. So that's not number 4. Number 3 goes to The Witcher 3.
First Witcher message.
It's the first time I've seen an open world RPG with that level of detail and attention to side quests that makes the world feel alive in a way that other RPGs don't necessarily do. When you go into like a Fallout, the side stories are great, but once the side story is done, it isn't always the case where it kind of doubles back onto the main story in a way that's meaningful. The Witcher did that across its entire campaign. And it's just that's such a difficult thing to do. That's why I'm so excited for Cyberpunk, because if Cyberpunk is as dense or even denser than Witcher 3 and those save connections exist, that's going to be a game for the ages, just because of that interconnectivity and sort of giving the world life that you don't see normally in RPGs, right? So that's number 3. Yeah, it's a bonkers game, and the amount of content is crazy in and of itself.
I started it probably like 3 times. Like I played the first like maybe 5-10 hours like 3 times. I haven't quite gotten through it. The one thing that I'd like throw back to like Dragon Age was I loved like that my universe carried through. Like I played the earlier games, like that was a big deal for me. I would love to see more and more developers and CD Projekt Red do that a little bit more. Like bring your choices and your decisions forward in games.
Yeah, absolutely. Amazing game. Number 2 for me is Red Dead Redemption 2.
I knew it was coming. I was like, when is it coming?
Where is it? It's number 2 for me. That is a game, I know you guys don't agree, but it is a game that you can live in. Like you literally exist in that game. Forget about Arthur Morgan as a character, and he's an amazing character. But the things that they gamify in that game appeal to me in a way that allows me to sort of lose myself in that world.
What game are we talking about?
Yeah, you shut up.
Yeah, here we go.
Shut up.
Red Dead Redemption 2.
Time.
Oh, you mean Horse Simulator? Okay.
Horse Simulator. I knew he was gonna do the slander.
I don't. Listen.
Tell him why. Talk to him, Saul. Tell him why.
Yeah, tell me why, Saul. Tell me why.
No, I don't. I'm not like you that went into that game thinking I'm playing Destiny or something. Oh, the shooting is bad.
Why, Saul? Tell me why. I need you to tell me why.
It simulates your life better than you do. That's what.
Yo, bang.
You got to give it to Rockstar. Like Rockstar with every single game, and I know GTA 6 is going to outdo it. I know this. This is what they do. Nobody can one up Rockstar except themselves. And again, this game, it just lets you inhabit it. The story's fantastic.
Yo, it's a sleeper. Oh my god.
Anyway, let me move on to my number 1 because
I was just thinking about the gameplay too long. My bad.
Alex gonna love this one too. My number 1, Breath of the Wild.
My man, so let's go put the
Listen,
Switch game going in hot.
like I said when we first talked about the game.
You gotta throw this fraud alert while you talking.
I forgot he in control.
It may not be. Listen, Breath of the Wild may not have everything that a classic Zelda gamer wants, but I think they rectify that in Breath of the Wild too. But what it did, and I talked about this when we first talked about the game, is
It just doesn't have the literally foundation of Zelda. But okay, continue.
Right. Jesus Christ!
Time on the hate.
Stop
Don't you love that you don't have access to this?
I
stream,
hate that I
bro?
don't have access. I hate that.
Continue. I won't interrupt you again because I want to go to bed.
You're lying, but that's fine.
Continue.
Listen, when I first played the original Legend of Zelda, when you're a small kid and you have imagination that apparently Addict doesn't have anymore, you imagine these worlds in a way, vividly, in a way that, at that point in time, the graphics can't show you, right? And I felt the same way like when I played Adventure on the Atari 2600. Like, I imagined the world that wasn't in front of me. Breath of the Wild was the first time that my imagination met with reality. And when Link woke up and he walked out onto that cliff, and you see the entire world in front of you, and the entire world was literally at your feet, and you could do what you wanted to do.
What?
I was blown away. I never had a game done that for me. And the fact that it, I have to say this, the fact that it's on hardware like the Switch doing that sort of stuff, kind of made me love it even more. I was like, I can't believe they're doing this on this. Switch.
All the different systems. I got to interrupt, Saul. Yeah. All the different systems, the cooking, the
so if you're positive, you can interrupt. Gotcha.
Yeah, I can interrupt. Because I like the choice. So the portal, I'm biased. So the portal stuff, when you're moving the box and you're manipulating the world, there's so many different. Oh, continue.
And just and the game changer to me, climbing everything.
Yes.
The fact that Link can climb every single thing, and when you look out over,
climb my way straight out of that game.
You loved it. Don't front. You bought it.
I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Let me tell you why Addicts.
See, I don't have to put the front.
He was mad at the dungeons. That's it.
When that trailer dropped, he said, "Yo, I'm not gonna switch." He said, "They gotta have Zelda. They gotta have Zelda."
I agree.
Hold on, I'm getting you. When that trailer for Breath of the Wild dropped, and you could almost see a tear in his eye, how emotional he got.
I probably watched that trailer like 10, 15 times. That music,
you show
the
Link
thing is like, I love Breath of the Wild. I just think, as far as a Zelda game, it's one of the worst Zelda games.
We said the generation, though.
But do you think it's one of the worst Zelda games, or is different? It's not what
it just doesn't have the foundation of Zelda that I enjoy. And the temples, to me, is the foundation of the game. Like that is literally what Zelda was built on, was temples.
Right, and it doesn't have the other generation. This is a new generation.
Oh my God.
That's it for you and your generation.
They will. I think they're gonna bend the knee to you, Addict.
It's like putting Red Dead Redemption with no horse riding, man. Let's see how we go with that. Don't have magic carpets to fly around.
Keep talking about the good word for you.
Yeah, that game is transformative in a way that I just it blew me away. So that was that.
Shout out to Will being funny. Everybody saying time on this Zelda talk. They agree with Addict. They're like time.
I mean, it's okay to be wrong. You could be wrong sometimes. Y'all all wrong.
That's what I'm telling you.
He said y'all all wrong.
No.
All right, no doubt. So let's get these last super chats before we head out.
Super chats out.
It's been a long time. Yeah. All right. Let me see.
So you could ride a horse in Breath of the Wild, by the way.
Yeah, which nobody does. Let me see. We have Squirrely Dan with a redacted. First off, so, I love you. I'm not gonna read it. I love you, but I'm not gonna read it. Squirrely.
Yeah, Squirrely. All right. So what Squirrely put in there? He said. $400 next tier is King David's, and I redacted it. I was trying to be funny and redact it and try to put it back, but I couldn't put it back. So I told Squirrely I owe him $200. So I mean $2.
So he already said it, man. He owes you $200.
Wait, did we get the Wilmy before that with the $20 with the put the knee tier? Because he wants a bending. Wilmy, you got to explain yourself. You want us to have a bending the knee tier?
Special tier.
That's when I told him that I run Patreon, so that's not.
Oh my God, Will we could put a bending the knee to. I'll have to talk.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Time. Let's go.
If they
Time.
want us to physically bend the knee on camera, we could put a tip for that.
Time. Let's go.
All right,
And we have Stitch with the $2 super chat. No Hellblade from any of you. Interesting. Hellblade is fantastic. Again, we were doing top 5.
No, first of all, we're doing our list.
Yeah, we're doing top 5. Hellblade is fantastic. It didn't make my top 10.
It's transformative.
Look,
what it did
Stitch,
with audio.
I am going to work with the rest of the Lords. I think we are going to have like a generation podcast. Since it's the end of the generation, maybe sometime in December we'll have like a generation podcast where it'll just be our favorite games this generation.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, no doubt.
So then we have Sin Vendetta with the $5 super chat. Top 5 this generation. Number 1, Bloodborne. Number 2, Salt and Sanctuary. Okay, he likes a certain type of game.
Good game.
Salt and Sanctuary is very good. 3, God of War. 4, Dark Souls 3. 5, Resident Evil 7.
Someone else loves that Resident Evil 7.
Resident Evil 7. All right, so that is it for us, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us for this marathon episode of the Iron Lord podcast.
I didn't even know it was that long. I was having so much fun.
Yeah, absolutely. So let's go with Lord Sean Capri, man. Thank you for joining us, and tell everybody where they can find you.
Thanks for having me, guys. This was awesome. Holy cow. Anytime. I got to get you guys on my shows as well. You can find me on Twitter at Sean Capri. It's Sean like Connery, Capri like the pants. And if you like all the Xbox, it's so stupid. I got to now. If you like the Xbox chat, then I record a podcast from my car. It's called TheXboxDrive. You can check that out every Thursday on Spotify and everywhere else. I do a show called We the Gamercast where I sit one-on-one, have sweet hangs with the stranger from the internet. Lord Cognito is on there. We got to get King, got to get you guys on there. I think that would be absolutely amazing.
He really does a fantastic job with that show.
Yeah, it's just just get to know one another and kind of get to your backstory, what you're into. Like, you kind of just have really remarkable stories from a lot of people, like how they grew up and just things that are important to them. So love doing that show. And a Cup of Joe Nintendo with Nintendo.
The Guru. Nintendo, we're gonna get you back, brother. We gotta get you back in the room.
Definitely. I also want to say quickly, a couple people were throwing Ori in the chat. I'm embarrassed. I should have mentioned Ori in my top 5.
Ori's a good game.
It deserves. It would be on my top 10. Ori and the Will of the Wisp would be on my top 10.
Definitely deserves.
It might get there because I'm playing it now, so it might make mine.
I mean, I think
King to
we've
stream
had
that
so
game.
many great games this
I
challenge.
didn't even say Dead Cells. I didn't get into.
Well, we'll get into that, man. Like, I'm really serious. We're gonna have that podcast.
Dead Cells, and Hades are in my top 10. So
that's what's up.
I almost said Among Us. I really did. I came that close, but I haven't played it enough to justify it being over like XCOM or anything like that.
All right, no doubt. So now we have LOGNET's own Scribe of the Month, Lord Gene, joining us, sir. Congratulations on that, on the Scribe of the Month. Where they can find you, man.
Yeah, thanks, guys. 37 Gene 37 on Twitter. If you go to LOGNET, I'm right on the front page now, I guess, for the rest of the month. If I get a bunch of followers from this, or either way, I've got about 15, 20 Steam codes. I'm going to tweet out during the week, maybe tomorrow. I'm not sure. And thanks for having me on, guys.
Absolutely. Keep up the fantastic work, brother. Love you as a part of this team.
Absolutely, man. You're such a big part of that team. Absolutely. So happy. And then we have Hayton Addict. Hayton Addict.
Wow.
Hayton Addict. Where we can find you at Hayton Addict.
Look, man. On God and them. I am. See, you're just mad, Soft. I didn't let you in Attic World. I know you've been wanting in. I just didn't let you in it because I don't let people that like horse simulators in the Attic World. Okay, the mayor shuts that down. You don't cross that border.
You can the mayor, the governor, the president, of
everything, man. I am the absolute. That's all you need to know. I'm not any form of government. I am the absolute. But you can find me on Twitter at Lord Addict ILP. You can find me on YouTube at Gaming Addict. I have been very absent on YouTube the past week. I'm in the middle of a move, but that will be rectified tomorrow. So everything should be good there. Should get that content up. I currently have a bet going on with Gaming Forte on who can make the most content in the month of November. The month of October, which I will be claiming that at the end of the month. And you can also find me here every week at the Iron Lords podcast. So I definitely will be here next week. Now, I do have an announcement. We do have room for another emote. So, you know, the members and the Patreons, I'll be dropping another poll, giving you guys the option to pick the next emote that is in that chat. So if you guys aren't members or if you're not YouTube members, or if you're not Patreons, definitely go there. Go to those individuals, and if you're double dipping, you get 2 votes. Sorry about that, but that's just how it is. Definitely appreciate everyone that's been here. Appreciate all the guests from coming on. Appreciate Jez from coming on and giving some insight on the Series X. And we'll see you next week.
No doubt. When we said you're gonna lose the bet, Forte does 30 podcasts a week.
No, those don't count. No streams don't count.
Or it's actually created content. Okay.
Created content. Fair enough.
No doubt, Lord King. Where can the find you?
Well, you can find me on Twitter, acting crazy like addict. I love the Twitter. First, I want to shout out to Sean. You're definitely, Sean, have me on whenever you're ready. I don't care. Shoot me the DM, and I'm definitely gonna be there with a collection like yours. Hell to the yes.
Yes,
we will have
let's do it.
Ton to talk about.
And thanks to your motivation too, you and Cog too, just keeping everybody moving and stuff. I love watching your guys' motivation, all the things you guys are throwing out there on Twitter. It's amazing. Big time.
Yeah, my jogging and stuff and working out.
Every time I see that, I hate them a little more because I'm just like, man, I really need to get out and start like walking or do something.
I literally tried to just warm up the other day. I threw out my back. I haven't been able to move all weekend.
I'm like, man, I go from the downstairs to the upstairs to do this podcast. I sit in my gaming chair and I'm like, man, that's some good exercise.
You're ridiculous. I do that to fight depression and stuff like that.
I love it.
Because you just got to feel better about yourself with things, and if you don't like something, go change it. That's how I feel.
Man. Yeah, man.
Right? But shout out to Gene. I mean, Gene is one of my favorite new people that I've met. And I mean, to be honest with you, it was seeing you at PAX. Yes, I take it, if you don't know from me from now, I take the little things. So like when I'm really serious about that Mario Kart thing, right? And I really feel a thing about it. But I take the little things because people take a lot of things in this life for granted. But when you were talking to developers and you were moving and you were shaking, to see you in your element, I said, this is beautiful, right? And this man came and put his trust in us.
Facts.
And he's here with us.
Facts.
You know, that humbled me so much. And you work so hard because as we were sitting inside that media room, everybody heads down and everybody's working. And people think we go to these shows and it's just fun and games. Yeah. But we're actually grinding. And then you're doing translations and man, my hat is off to you, and you deserve Scribe of the Month. Definitely. 100%.
For sure.
All right, so you can catch me on Twitter acting crazy. I just went to my boy Junior's house. So, all right, so a lot of people are seeing pictures that are up. Those are not my basement, okay? My basement, you probably saw a glimpse when I came back from the haul that I got from Junior. I went to Junior now, and I cleaned out some of his statues, right? So, and I'm going back there to clean out some more of his statues. So, at $4,000 a shot every time I go see him. So, the next 3 weeks I go back over there and get $4,000 more statues. But and then you saw me drop them off at my house. But I'm gonna give that man all due respect for his statue collecting. He has over $500,000-$600,000 worth of statues, and he meticulously places them in his order and stuff. And he got more statues coming in. So one day we're gonna do a room tour with him because I have a thing that I'm working out that I'm talking about with Todd from Spec Fiction. So if you guys do shop or purchase statues, please go to Spec Fiction and check that out and mention my name. You can catch me at KOS. As you know, She-Hulk will be up this week. Nice. We had a lot of things that's going on. Much respect, and I'm so happy that Miss Cognito is doing fantastic because it was hurting my heart this week, and also hurting my heart from my brother. So KOS is going up. I didn't want to overload him or PD, so I just fell back. And I got a whole bunch of stuff that's gonna go up. And Darth Castle X this week, Fridays at 9 p.m. We talk statues, we talk entertainment, we talk comic books, we talk it all. We talk these the Comic Cons and stuff like that. So come and give a listen, come check it out and see if you like it. I'm pretty sure that you would. And it's not PG King.
Yeah, he loose.
Yeah, you get loose King over there. Yeah, you get a little F-bombs and all that other stuff there.
Oh my good.
No doubt. The boss, Lord Cognito.
Salute.
It's good.
What a show. This was a long show. I can't believe how much time passed, but how much fun we had. Like, it was good, man. I definitely needed this. It's been a rough week. And just to see Mama Cognito turn it around and everyone sending their love, much appreciated. Gaming and podcasting is probably the most therapeutic thing I could do during this period. Yeah. And it truly helped me forget. So salute to y'all, my brothers, Addict, King, Soft, checking on me, making sure mentally I'm good. Everybody in the team, also stepped up and took on more responsibility, whether it be ILP or LOGNET. Thank you. And anybody who sent me a DM asking how I'm doing, thank you as well. So much appreciated. And of course, salute to the guests, man. Salute to Jez Corden for coming in and definitely giving us some great inside information with being hands-on with the X. I love WindowsCentral. I love what they're doing, and it's really cool to see that. And, of course, LordsofGaming.net, the whole team. You know what I'm saying, Gene? Yes. Salute, brother. Always a pleasure to have you on the show. Always a pleasure to hear your insight. And I love the fact that we have such a diverse lineup of writers, and everyone has their own gaming perspective, their own favorites. And, I just love that we putting together something special that's by the gamers. Right. And that is just cool to see. So we always want to celebrate that. And of course, man, you already know the last word went up this week. So if you into that Destiny, if you want to get ready, me and Bonches had IRL Guardian on. He is amazing. That man is really a stunt man in films. He's been in Daredevil, the Netflix series, Amazing Spider-Man. He's been in many top movies that you wouldn't even realize, doing the photo double for your favorite stars, doing stuff. The guy's amazing, the transformative Destiny player. Had a great time. If you're into film and film culture and movies and martial arts, check that episode. It's a fly episode. It's up on the Iron Lord podcast right now. And yeah, that's it, man. LordsofGaming.net, Lord Cognito on Twitter, and Soft and Addict. Thank you for holding it down with hosting and doing all that good stuff while I get to guest and just talk mess.
The biggest thing I can say I enjoy about this is I can control this stream deck.
Yeah. he can control the narrative of the show. Of course, you have me, Lord Sovereign. You can catch me on Twitter, LordSovILP. We know where I'm going now, right? I'm going
to work. You going to work?
Going to work. But big shout out to Jez, Sean.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. So Jez, Sean, and Gene. You guys are honestly, listen. I come into the show today thinking we had no guests, that it was just going to be us, and that's fine by me. But I think that's what's special about our show. Like, all of a sudden we have 3 extra people on the panel, and
bro, and shut up! I forgot. I even shout Sean Capri. Like Sean Capri, like this guy's amazing. Like, please subscribe to him. I'm sorry to cut you. I've completely. No. On my mind that I didn't shout him out. Yeah, dude, he's amazing. He's such a positive figure in the community. If it wasn't for Nintendo Guru, I kind of wouldn't have known about him. You know what I'm saying? So salute to Nintendo Guru, salute to Separate Go, salute to Mr. Badbit, because I came across his content. Truly amazing, upbeat, hilarious, mixes right in with our banter, and also one of a fantastic content creator. Please sub to him. He's doing Twitch. One of my favorite Canadians.
Oh, thanks. Wow, there's a few of us.
Salute, brothers. Okay, we got a lot of Canadians on LordsofGaming.net, so I got to rep.
Yeah, but like I said, like it's just one of those things where you can have 10 people come onto our podcast, and the energy and the love is going to be the same. Like, and that's what I love about this. So I'm so glad that we were, again, we're on here almost 3.5 hours, and nobody, bats an eye. So.
Because we don't know that it's 3.5 hours.
Exactly.
I'm batting it out. Time, let's go.
Time, big shout out to everybody.
I'm starving.
Once again, Cognito for trusting me with the show. We'll be back to normal next week. Thank you, God.
No, we will not be back to normal because we won't be back at 1 p.m.
Oh,
yeah, it's not normal until
we're back to this crunch time.
I don't know. I beg to differ, but
man.
All right. So, with that said, see you guys next week. Peace. Hi, this is Lord Sovereign from the Iron Lord podcast. As you guys may recall, a few months back, King David OTW announced an amazing giveaway for the Xbox Series X. Well, I'm proud to announce that the Iron Lords podcast will once again be giving away another console at the end of this year. And that console will be a PlayStation 5. You heard correctly. So, how do you get in on this amazing giveaway? Let me explain. If you're already a member of the realm, you're good to go. If you support us either on Patreon or YouTube, you already have a ballot to win this amazing console. And if you support us on both platforms, you have 2 ballots to win this amazing console, as you also have 2 ballots to win an Xbox Series X. So, if you're not a member of the realm, what are you waiting for? Head on over to patreon.com, go to the Iron Lords Podcast Patreon page, become a member of the realm to get your chance to win a PlayStation 5. You can also join us on YouTube/Iron Lords Podcast. Become a member of the realm, and you will also have a ballot to win a PlayStation 5 console. And if you want to support us on both platforms, you'll have 2 ballots for each system to win either a PlayStation 5 console or, of course, as King David said, an Xbox Series X. This is an amazing opportunity that the Iron Lords podcast are so happy to bring to our community because you guys give so much back to us. So again, if you're not a member of the realm yet, what are you waiting for? Go out, join the realm on either Patreon or YouTube. And until next time, I'll see you at the round table.